bro, I was real life pissed off at that shit. Like I was trying to act like I wasn't. The more I thought, I was like, nigga, that is crazy.
But you was acting like you wasn't. I at no point thought you were saying.
Well, no, that was before I sent the tweet. Before I wasn't gonna send the tweet, I was like, man, it's not that deep. I don't know. It kept building.
You pretended to not be mad for 5 minutes.
Let's rip it.
All right, word. Yeah, I'm down. Oh my god. This was a minute. What's up with the minutes? Episode 26. Episode 26. We are What's Up with the Minutes, hip hop podcast. We discuss hip hop, we discuss rap, we discuss rap. We be out here doing the thing every single 2 weeks. We take three topics. Count them. 1, 2, 3 topics, and we talk about them. You know what I mean? All of us come with topics. You know, today we have also come with topics. And you know what? Today as well. I understand. Like, train. We're gonna do an even more special thing for this next time. But What's Up with the Minutes is officially 1 year old. We're officially one.
I mean, not official, but you know, whatever you say. Listen,
it's officially 1 year old.
Next recording is the official 1 year.
Okay, whatever.
Okay.
Well, anyways, regardless of that, you know, I couldn't be happier with the 3 co-hosts that I've chosen to do this whole podcast with. I'm telling you, every single 2 weeks, we've collected as 4 people, and we've done this podcast. Me and me. No. What do you mean? No, all 4 of us. All 4 of us have done this podcast the whole time, right?
Yeah, Hester's been here the whole time.
Yeah. There's not like a special guest on today. Oh, wait, guys. I got my fucking numbers mixed up, dude. I got everything mixed up. We have a special guest on today. What the hell? Do you want to introduce yourself?
It's Hester, aka Hester Mania,
so true.
aka that's all my AKAs, but Big Hester uptown in the building.
So true. Shout out Hester. Good friend of ours. He be making the music and the stuff and the like. Co-host of the Earthworms podcast with the OG Nick Marsh. Maker of amazing raps and also good music as well. Shout out. We rocking with that guy. Shout out Diggy Homicide. You know how we are out here, bro. I'm telling you. My name is KOSEY, aka KOSEY. She her champion, transgender queen doing the hip hop thing. Fuck with us. What's Up with the Minutes? Episode 26. Oh my gosh. Who's this guy? To my left. Who are you?
Peace, Robinson Mega, Grand Mega Flowers, Tokyo based hip hop art and culture, all these type of things. Mega Late Show, Secret House Against. I'm a little vexed today, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, man. I got pulled. The cops fucked with me last night, and then my backpack got stolen, and so like my house key, my wallet, and everything. And so like I was arguing with the police for like 30 minutes. It was crazy. And so today I had to get my keys changed for my house because I got my address and I got my cards and all that. So I got my door changed and I had to cancel. They used my credit card and my ATM card to buy like, I don't know, like a couple $100 worth of things. But the credit card company hit us up immediately because it was like, yo, you don't be buying nothing with these cards. So why are you buying hundreds of dollars worth of things at the convenience store at 6:30 in the morning? And it was like, yeah, that's not us. So like the money's coming back, but this is a pain in the ass. I got to go to the immigration office to get my, you know what I'm saying? My resident card again. So it makes you angry because you want to be able to like enact violence against people who transgress against you like these type of ways. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have the opportunity. Also, one of the reasons I was vexed at Nick Craven, old internet ass, but we'll get to that later.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Who's this guy?
My name is TREDOES. I rap sometimes.
So
and
true.
I do this podcast.
I do rap.
You do this podcast more than you rap.
Hey,
that's what I'm hearing. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, that realization that I always have more podcasts out than I have raps is killing me, dude.
Juggle the hustles.
For sure. Anyways, to introduce our topics today, basically, my topic is on kind of like the parasocial relationship between artists and their fans, and then fans and their artists, like how it kind of goes both ways in a way that I find is quite interesting. How that benefits either side, how either side loses from that relationship, etc, etc, etc. And then who's going next? Who's after me?
I guess
I'll
me.
go. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my shit is wrestling and rap. You know, Hester couldn't come up with a topic, so I was like, "Fuck it." We both like wrestling. Well, we talk about rap music on here, so we talk about that, chop it up. You know, maybe nerd out a little bit. I don't know how Cole and Mega feel about it. But
I'll figure it
yeah,
out.
we go
You know
go
how
from
I feel
there.
about
Listen,
wrestling.
y'all listen to enough West Side Gun, bro. Y'all listen to enough West Side Gun.
I should have just picked it up. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
hell yeah.
my topic is I guess I'll be going third. My topic is about lyrics, more specifically the kind of abstract non-linear stylers who oftentimes get dismissed as word salad or unintelligible by some rap fans, and I wanted to discuss what it means to have meaningful engagement with that and whether like how we value it. So you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Shout out. Yeah. That's so true and also so real, and so true and so real. And if you like to engage with topics and the like and the stuff and the things, we have a Discord. We have a Discord you guys can join. That'll be in the description. Join, have a conversation, chat with us, talk to us. There's good conversations happening. You know what I mean? We've been talking about a lot of films in the Secret House Discord recently, and I'm personally really enjoying getting into film and talking about film with people who know a lot more than me. You know what I'm saying? A very great, amazing community has been built and continues to build. You know what I'm saying? We out here. And another place in which community is formed is through our Patreon. Oh my God, Patreon. So you want to explain what that is?
What's up with the minutes? I guess that's what the URL is.
I would assume so.
But we have a Patreon where you know you can get the episodes early and get it extended. We talk about random shit. We do the song share shit. We started doing that last week. So you know you share tracks, chop it up. Just a lot of extra shit, extra convo shit. You know. But if you are a patron, you also get a shout out. And our patrons this week are Uncle ZZ, Gene Wilder, TJ, Mai Tai, Wet Sticker, Uridon, Paul Hurdle, Gavin, Double May Sawyer, Alex Pennington, Nago, Stilo, Zoom, Fick, Caden, Evan, Mega himself, Bleach Alternative, Nicholas Craven, and Free Music Empire, Dan O.
Shout out.
Shout out. Yeah. We love all our patrons.
All of them folk. Do we just want to get into it topic wise? Topic conversation, or do you have anything else you'd like to introduce? Hester.
Yo.
Do you have anything you want to shout out? Or are we gonna do that at the end? Or like do you want to be like, yo, I do this, then you should check it out?
Shout out my dog, Snot No Salim. He just put out the record featuring our very own TREDOES.
True.
That's crazy.
I just came back from Toronto. I did a show out there with Stilo and No God. Great group of people, really nice out there. Yeah, fun vibes. It was nice hanging out with everybody, and I appreciate y'all for the hospitality. But yeah, that's it for me.
Shout out Canada. We love Canadians.
Yeah, so true. Anyways,
Canadian $5 bill that I can't use.
I did the same. I got mad US dollars just chilling, just in my crib now, and it's like I don't really have a reason to have those. Trey, if I could, I would. If I could give you those, like without having to spend a significant amount of money, shipping money over to you, I 100% would. 100% would, dude. I'm telling you. Anyways, topic that I have, the topic that I've chosen this week to discuss today on this podcast that we do. So basically, I was just really curious about kind of how like the relationship between artist and fan in the internet age has kind of it's evolved into something that I think what was already kind of brewing. You know, you see like loads of super fans going to the shows and like feeling like have a personal connection to the artist that they are like a fan of. But in the internet age, where at any moment you can interact with that person can see you, can see you as when you can interact with the person you're a fan of, when at any moment you can put a ping on that person, like you can literally, that person will be chilling about their day, and then their phone will ping off with, oh, okay, TREDOES replied to my tweet. Okay, what a fucking stupid ass fan. You know what I mean? And then like the fact that we have this much access to these people's lives has changed our connection to the artist. Has changed what it means to be connected to the artist and be a fan of art. And then vice versa, there is now at every level more of a connection between say a fan who has an opinion on something and an artist who can then see that opinion and reply to that opinion publicly. Say like in the way like critique has now shifted, because any amount of critique will be seen on Twitter and discussed to on Twitter by the artist like in question, you know. And the way that both sides of this relationship have kind of changed what art is and how art is produced and how art is enjoyed is something that I find quite interesting, and I was curious if you guys had any thoughts on that. And as much as this might be able to tie into a specific instance that may have occurred recently, I also think this is interesting. Despite that, you know what I mean?
I will try to engage with your topic in spite of that. You know, this is you know the parasocial effect. You know, you access to the internet all the time. I think it's interesting how like it breeds like a lot of contentious relationships between like artists and their fans, where like a lot of rappers just straight up don't like their fans. JPEG Mafia, for example, that nigga hates his fans, and I think that's a byproduct of that, just being on the internet constantly fucking, you know, being subjected to opinions and shit like that. I feel like to some extent you can't take that shit serious all the time, or else you're just gonna lose your fucking mind. That's my take at least. But I know a lot of rappers are like, I'm not gonna let anybody talk to me crazy.
Right.
But it depends. It depends. There's levels. There's levels to the transgressions. But like at the end of the day, everybody can say anything on the internet. So it's almost like you gotta weigh it. You gotta weigh it. Being on here replying to like every individual little thing, like I don't know. That's not sustainable to me.
Yeah, it's online has created some really interesting spaces and really interesting dynamics, not just between, you know, people with fame in the public eye, but also between others. Like communities have been more and more diminished. Like actual close local communities have been more and more diminished in our kind of like late stage capitalist age, and now we're finding these places online, and we feel as though our authentic selves are often being represented online. And so, you know, old cats like Jadakiss who will punch you in the face for talking shit to them, like the same way some of these tweets do. Maybe they come out of their face like they would on somebody, but it's on the internet, kind of disregarding the idea that type of posturing is ultimately just kind of ridiculous to go off on somebody over the internet. But at the same time, I am sympathetic for a lot of these artists because they're constantly barraged by you know, bad actors or people who have ill intentions or people who just want attention. You know, I don't really blame JPEG Mafia for being like, shut the fuck up, y'all are so irritated, y'all are stupid. The sheer amount of shit that he's probably bombarded with by people is insane. Like, you know, a regular person make a tweet and they get, you know, a couple thousand likes on it. That's already interacting with more people than they ever have in a day. You know what I'm saying? And so imagine you just constantly bombarded by people and people misrepresenting what you have to say. You're going to feel away. But at the same time, it's like you have to have a sense of kind of like decorum and also a way of handling yourself online, just like you would in any social, in any regular space. And now I think it's just drifted to the point. It's like, I think it was Mike Tyson that said some shit that, like, you know, talking shit online has had people forgetting that they could get punched in the face. And me being 42 years old, that's obviously the mentality that I be on. Like, I don't be tripping. Like, you say the N-word online, it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't saying it in front of me. I know that because there's consequences for that. You say the F slur in front of me, or, you know what I'm saying? There's consequences for things when you do them in person. But online, you could be a big goofy. And most of these people who are terminally online and spending a lot of their online time and have most of their social relationships developing online, a lot of times they big goofies. Whether you're, you know, you just a fan and following your favorite artists and asking your favorite artist weird questions like, yo, how's the baby? It's like, bro, like you just because you heard Slug or somebody rap about their baby doesn't mean that you know what I'm saying? Like, that's real strange and kind of odd. But they put themselves in that space knowingly in this day and age, and there's cats that don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really see Billy Woods with his shit out there going crazy, or a couple artists, you know, and some people handle with decorum. Look at Open Mike Eagle. He's not a big goofy online. Like, you can't really be it's like online just allow people to be big goofies more, and it's really crazy because, like, just be big goofy in public so you can suffer some consequences. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. Like, you know how I feel about the internet. I don't do social media like that. It's not for me because, you know, I see people going crazy. Like just today, I logged into Twitter because I was trying to look for my backpack and shit, right? See if anybody posted on the Japanese joints, and already it was just like I was like seeing like like people throwing up statistics like actually black communities commit 3 times more violence than poor white communities. I was like, oh my god, bro, like you know what I'm saying? Just say the N-word, man. It's like come on, like and then I look at the account. It's like, oh yeah, they are saying the N-word. It's just not on this post.
Okay, what?
I was like, I can't be a part of this, man. I can't be a part of this. Because maybe I'll be a big goofy too. Maybe I'll be trying to swing. You know, I'm already an angry person. I'm angry at Nicholas Craven, bro. I'm angry. It's like, bro, like straight up and down. It's very clear he didn't watch the video. He just, you know, but he's been assailed. It's like a wounded animal. You know what I'm saying? He's been assailed. Like he saw somebody type his name and talk about the conversation. I'm tired of this. Yeah. He don't know how to. So he just hurt. You know, like a wounded animal, like just scared for his life and trying to, you know, posture and show his fangs. It's like, bro, you cannot just hop on and call people dishonest and disgusting pussies. Like, if you said that to my face, bro, I'm not even gonna be like square up. I'm just gonna be like, it's go time. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a free sucker punch type of thing. That's a crazy thing to say. And I'm not gonna lie, it's like one of the things that kind of like calling us disgusting pussies too. Is like, what are you trying to say, white man? Like what are you really what are you like? I don't even want to bring it to like identitarian politics or anything like that, but I'm gonna say like I felt away. I'm not gonna lie, I even hit up some of the big homies and shit, and I was like, yo, can we just talk? I wanna put this by you. You know what I'm saying? People who was just work with them and shit, like people I know.
Bounties and shit.
I just want to know. It's like, you know, if you come to Tokyo, I'm gonna be like, yo, you deserve, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you was wrong, and clearly you understand you was wrong because it was pointed out to you. Like you owe me an apology for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that. And if you don't do that, then you know that's the social contract. Like I have the ability to be like, well, I disagree with you, turn the other cheek, or I have the ability to be like, all right, I'm gonna steal from this nigga, or all right, I'm still on this. You know what I'm saying? Like we're allowed to do that in public. Suffer the consequence. I'll throw it all away. You know
for Nick Craven? Damn. Go on, Hester.
Man, you have no idea.
Certified crash. I fuck with it. Wait, so should I respond to the question or the Craven shit?
Whatever you want.
They both. They both about the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, kind of, sort of, because like I think the parasocial shit is a little like I'll respond to the Craven thing because I think that's quick. In terms of that nigga, what he said was kind of OD and out of pocket. It was a little much for the context of the video. Like, Nick, at the end of the day, we talking about music sampling. Like, no one called him out his name. No one said nothing foul about him. So like to respond that way, it's just it's tasteless. And to what you were saying about like niggas having to say shit in like people's faces, it don't even gotta always be violent. I think it just like looking another person in their eyes just grounds you in your humanity. And you just think twice about like some shit you're gonna say because it's just like that's just a nasty thing to say. You know, like if he was in your face, he would just been like, "That's not what I said." And then argue this point, you know what I'm saying? But it was not this disgusting pussy. Like this nigga, that was a Karen ass response. I gotta keep it a stack. That was very my I know the owner type response. I wasn't jacking that, but But to your question about like parasocial relationships, like nowadays, I don't know. Like I feel it's interesting because like we're on a podcast where we are talking about music and talking about people's albums and like and there's nothing really wrong with that, but like I think that's like the same thing that creates like the pair. Like everyone has like a platform, everyone has like the ability to make something, and it's like valid. Like there's like if this podcast had like, you know, 1 million subscribers, like we wouldn't call it parasocial. It would just be its own thing. But like anything can grow to that point. So like I think that contributes to like people having this like relationship with artists, because like artists have the ability to say more things. So we just have like an expectation to know what they think about certain things and just access to knowing what they think about certain things. But then we also have like the ability to return fire. So like it's like it creates this interesting dynamic there. And then especially I feel like everything is like very content heavy, like just by being on social media, like your tweets, like niggas music links are next to fucking porn, it's next to sports shit, it's next to gambling, like it's all just content. And when we're like interacting with shit like that, then like it's easier to become parasocial because like the music is less of the focus. It's more like this is like another, like people be talking about some of these rappers like they streamers, you know, like
it's a culture industry. It's like we're all kind of neoliberal subjects, and we all like the reason that Twitter and all that shit is free is because you're the product, and so everybody has also turned themselves into the product, and so like your like deliberate your kind of deliberate presentation of who you are online has become like more manufactured than being grounded in humanity or looking somebody in the eyes. And so yeah, like I'm not really bugged out on the fact that people do that. It's just that like I think you know, as individuals it's important to be cognizant and aware of that, and that's the reason I don't do it. Like the parasocial aspect of, I don't even really listen to a lot of interviews. Like, you know, shout out to Ro. I know he's one of the best in the games, but a lot of times I'm not necessarily interested in hearing about an artist's creative approach on things all the time. And that's something that we have more access to as well. And one of the things that grounds us in the idea that we have a closer relationship. And also these people want to interact with us. You know, you go to the merch table, they want to, and it, you know, like anything, it's a dialectical relationship. It's the you know, two interlocking modalities of contradictions in problems. So like I don't know, like just don't be weird is like my biggest things. Like a lot of people is just weird, even when it's not like parasocials, like with the wrestling shits. Like some people is really like their whole life revolves around that. That's real crazy to me. Even if your whole life revolves around like hip hop, it's like my hobby is listening to hip hop and being a hip hop. Like that's wild to me. I do a hip hop. I'm with a hip hop, but like some people like the online situation just weird. It's like, yeah, I just don't, you know, I don't know. Now I'm rambling.
I think there's something that you said that was that was quite interesting though, towards the like point of like the artists like in their space and doing their thing want that interaction. You know, the approach towards parasocial benefits the artist in a significant way. Like you as a fan feeling like you have a connection to the artist, understand their story, yada yada yada, makes you more of a fan, makes you more willing to invest in that person's art, makes you more willing to stay for whatever they're doing next, you know? So like the parasocial element of social media, of art, of fandom is like a direct benefit in a lot of ways to the artist, to their platform increasing, and to like even like just their feelings towards their art being more positive. If you can talk to someone who you don't necessarily know who's been heavily impacted by your stuff, obviously you're going to have a deep reaction to that, you know, an important reaction to that. So it's interesting, like as someone who interacts with art, who makes their own art, like the conversations that will like arise around like the how I feel about someone's art in the context of I've known this person through their art for however long. How does this stack up to where they said their life was before? Like when I hear a line of someone, like even like little things that happen kind of accidentally, like you'll hear someone mention like offhandedly like their dad being like dead or something like that, and then in a few like albums later you'll hear a reference to their dad, and it's like, okay, they're talking about da 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 da, and I have like this mental image and mapping of this artist that, while not necessarily the like goal of the artist to have me as a random individual have this like mind map of their thing, my investment in that artist to that degree is directly funding them, you know. And I think that what that causes there is a really weird tension where both artists require the fans to have a certain level of like parasociality towards their interactions, but also would rather you not be that close. Like don't pretend you know me kind of shit. Don't ask about my kids, you know, that type of thing. I think that's like a super interesting layer of it that can only really exist in a time period where we discuss and are stuck in the same community. You know, like us as like artists and fan are no longer like in a separate space talking. We're all here.
That's the thing.
We're all here.
It's like,
yeah.
you know, it's not like a social contagion. It's not something ill about society. It's just the way that society functions, how technology is kind of forced into these reality tunnels. It's like kind of it's an annihilating negativity that we kind of take as an objective violence. It's like driving cars. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's going to be X number of car accidents a year. People going to die from car accidents. We try to resolve like drinking and driving and using your screen when you're driving, but like it continues, and we just allow it to kind of happen, and we think that that's the way that society is just forced to function now instead of building trains. You know what I'm saying? So for most people, the way that it is as simple, like, it's no bad encounters. It's the lion. The tiger meeting the lamb is not a bad encounter. That's just vitality overriding other vitality. If you get what do the kids call it, mogged or ratioed, or you know what I'm saying, you get mogged or ratioed some shit. It's just the vitality overrid you, and now you have to go reset and go to another space in order to get your likes back up or some shit. You know what I'm saying, and play your game. So yeah, like there's no real resolving it. Like it's like on some self-help shit. It's like if you really want to be doper, then maybe you need to make your bed, bucko, on some Jordan Peterson shit. Like handle this shit in your house before you get online and start fucking swinging your arms around. And yeah, so I don't know, like I don't mind it, but also I'm not, most of the time it don't come at me. Like I got hit with the shotgun blast on that whole Nicholas Craig thing. It's like I didn't even say shit. I didn't even know shit. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, how am I a disgusting pussy? It's like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if anything, Trey is the disgusting pussy.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, 3 adjectives is crazy. Like
that nigga was stacking.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say the thing to the point that Hester said about how like the podcast is also like part of this, like fucking circle, this fucking social circle that like fucking infinitely loops. I feel like that's something I learned fucking posting recreationally on Twitter, and then you like after a while you realize, oh wait, there's not many degrees of separation between me saying this and then it getting back to a certain person. And I feel like, in the early stages of this podcast, I feel like that's something we like we're conscious of and try to work through and be like, because when you talking to each other, you just say whatever. Sometimes you make considerations and during the podcast and like, hey, cut this out. Not like we say anything too crazy. It was like, you got to be conscious of like what you put into the fucking environment, shit like that. I feel like the reason the Craven shit pissed me off is because I feel like we've done a good job making sure our output isn't just like complete fucking bullshit. Like, we try to stay on top of topics and shit. And, like, I'll bring like relevant things like the fucking Earl and JPEG Mafia shit. But instead of like, making a dissertation on JPEG as a person or Earl as a person, we opened it up to a bigger conversation. And it ended up like not centering on them at all. So we did the same thing with the Craven shit. And he clearly didn't. There's no way he listened to that shit. He didn't listen to that shit. You can't
Absolutely
listen to that
not.
shit and take away that anyone was disparaging his character. But that's how niggas move when they're insecure as fuck on the internet. And the thing is, like, that nigga searched his name and he found the tweet. That's what it was. That's all it was. He searched his name and found the tweet. And that's what happens when. But yeah, that's what happens when you try to get like fucking validation on the internet. You can't do that shit, bro. You can't do that shit because the moment you find something you don't like, that shit's gonna get to you, and you gonna fucking be in a nigga's comments writing a fucking dissertation, and like you can't do that, nigga. You look stupid. You look stupid as fuck.
Yeah. 50 Cent comic books can be judged by that cover and shit, but we don't do 50, like we don't do topical shit. Like our headline's never going to be with a crazy thumbnail, like, you know what I'm saying? I show Speed being like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we never gonna be like that.
Don't speak
like,
too soon.
He saw the, you know what I'm saying? He saw the word like purists are, I forget what it was, like purist is dumb, or purist stupid, or some shit like that. Was like, I'm not a purist. I'm right about the stapling. I told you, like a wounded animal, man. He like a real cornball. It's like, bro, you need to calm down, man. You like the people you be hanging with, they allow you to act like that. That's crazy to me. Like some of the people he rock with, I really, you know what I'm saying? Like I really rock with them, and some of them I even, know. But it's like, come on, man. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just a weird thing to do. Then I don't want to harp on it too much. We basically said everything to be said about it. It's like don't do the corniest shit ever, and the parasocial shit is weird. And check yourself. But what do they say? Yeah, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Watch it, protect your neck. Tupac is in Cuba, a bunch of shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm especially open to talk to Nicholas Craven, right? Not on the podcast, but just in general. Like, this is not.
Definitely. At first, what I was assuming when I saw the initial YouTube comment, I thought it was just like, oh, he just misunderstood us. I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna get to it tomorrow. I'm gonna write a reply, and then suddenly the Twitter thing happens, and I'm like, wait a second. This nigga's dumb. What?
It's beef for life now. Like, no more.
It's not necessarily beef, but it's like I don't see what a conversation necessarily would achieve. Like if we wanted to do something, but it's like you don't like us, it's fine. It's whatever, innit?
Because the thing is because after I said what I wanted to say, after that I just didn't feel like it was that deep anymore. But I'd be open to a conversation because I don't think it's some unsalvageable shit. But the only thing is if
especially if you didn't watch the video.
Yeah, if it's just a YouTube comment, I'd be like, okay, we can talk it out. But you got the pejoratives and shit, and I'm like, hey, you clearly didn't want to understand. But the thing is,
after firing at him, because I feel like we're firing back is valid. Like I would do that too. Like
firing back is valid.
But then we can after we fire back, we could because I don't know. There's certain beefs that's where it's not beef because it's not beef.
Beef.
No, I don't got beef. I just
Nicholas Craven, you're not welcome in rural Georgia. It's on site.
It's like how far this one thing.
I be meeting cats in Tokyo all the time. You know what I'm saying? If I saw him, I would be like, "Yo, you said this about me, and I feel like you was disrespectful." I would ask him that, but at the same time, I don't reach out to cats to get them on the podcast. So I'm not like, "Yo, let's do content." Let's
no, I'm not saying on the podcast. I'm saying I don't off the podcast.
If he reached out and was like, "Yo, my bad," I'd be like, "Word, it's peace." Then you know what I'm saying? I said what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? You the one that's transgressing. You the one that wilding. So it's man up for you to step out and be like, yo, my bad. I kind of, you know what I'm saying? I was feeling away, and I'd be like, it's peace. It's no beef. All I'm saying is just if you say that stuff to somebody in person,
you gotta apologize.
You might, you know what I'm saying? It comes with he don't know me. He don't know me at all. He don't know people that I know out here. And I'm not trying to say I'm an internet tough guy or nothing like that. I'm just saying if you don't know somebody, man, act with some sense. You know what I'm saying? You have no idea who I am or any of us, and you come in like that. It's bro, you a public figure. You are a public figure. You come to Tokyo, who knows? And I'm not even saying I'm
you'll get the yakuza on your ass.
All I'm saying is it's Tokyo is mad safe. It's not you're gonna get shot or some shit like that, but it's it's the world is a real place and online is not a real place. And if you act like that online, it's I wonder how you purport yourself in public. I hope you that tough in public, because that's a real crazy way to act if you don't do that in public. You know what I'm saying? If you the type of guy who's just comfortable yelling at people online, but in public you're hey, I don't know how you rock. Where is he from? Fucking Canada? I don't know how they do out there. When I was growing up, Canadians, we didn't give a fuck. I grew up in Inglewood in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? It was different. We didn't know nobody from Canada except for Snow, and Snow was the informer and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's
and now because of this parasocial hellscape, we have to know the Canadians exist. It's terrible.
See, my last thing is I started by saying I was actually pissed when I read that shit, but after I replied, that shit became funny to me because there are very few things over the internet that is gonna be that serious, where I feel like you should just be on your phone and be perpetually pissed off. After a while, I was just reading replies and just laughing. Sometimes you gotta just take in how ridiculous some of this shit is, bro. Sometimes I'll be on social media and then I'll check the comments and the nigga says, "Oh, I really like this. I thought it was funny." And then there's some nigga in the comments. He's like, "Man, fuck you. You're dumb as hell. Kill yourself." And I just laugh because there's no reason to be that mad. There's just no reason to be that mad.
I had played in a couple Xbox Call of Duty lobbies back in the 2008 or whatever, and so the M bombs and everything. It's all right, man. The gamer word, y'all just gonna call everybody that. You know what I'm saying? I remember you get on, it's like people like, oh, they're black, they're fucking black. Look, yeah, and be like, oh shit, like yo, I was just trying to fuck your mom over here and kill you, and now I got called racial slurs. Like, man, it's too much online. I don't care. Like, I don't got no problems with Nicholas Craven outside. It's like, you make good beats. I like your music just fine, but like, that's a weird way to move, brother. That's a weird way to move, brother. I gotta turn on my wrestling shit now.
Oh shit!
Silly.
Yeah.
It's silly. It's unserious.
What a segue.
And, a lot of rap personas. That shit's like wrestling. It's like kayfabe, bro. You got to keep up the appearance. You got to keep up the appearance, and that's why I wanted to talk about wrestling and rap music. Because I feel like there's a lot of similarities. I feel like there's a reason that as long as you can think of, there's rappers fucking name dropping wrestlers and shit. And like, nigga, I'm gonna hit him with the figure 4. I'm gonna hit him with the RKO, shit like that. But I don't know. I feel like spiritually they exude that same energy. Because I feel like so much of rap music is like a masculine performance, and that's a lot of what wrestling is, bro. That shit's a performance. And we all got our characters. We all got our gimmicks. And I don't know. I feel like that's how I view hip hop, and that's another reason I can't take this shit as serious as other niggas. But people buy into that shit, much like wrestling. People buy into that shit. They be on here all day talking about, hey, Kendrick said this, Drake said this, Drake gonna put out a hit because in his gimmick he's allied with Lil Baby, and Lil Baby said this about Kendrick, so Kendrick sent Baby Keem, and they did a tag team move on him.
Yeah.
But I also am shamelessly, I'm just a wrestling fan, and I like wrestling, and I like when the two things intersect. There's famously West Side Gun, who got blackballed from WWE because them niggas would not let him sample they shit, bro. That was unfortunate. They did my girl crazy. Especially because he was showing up to every show. That was fucked up. Yeah. So now he finagling with the AEW people.
No, it was fun, bro. It was crazy because I remember one of my coworkers came up to me at work and were like, "Yo, have you heard of West Side Gun?" And he was showing me all of these wrestling edits, bro. And I'm looking at it like, man, like they look at the symbiotic relationship West Side Gun and wrestling have formed, and they gutted my boy. They gutted him. How could they do this? It's fucked up.
I like every wrestling edit is West Side Gun or MF Doom, bro.
Yeah,
I like the aesthetic, you know what I'm saying? I like using the old wrestling joints. I watched wrestling when I was a kid, but like as soon as I figured out it was fake, I was like, this is kind of not my lick anymore. And I was surprised because I was kind of there right before, what do they call it, the aggression era with the what was it called, Trey?
It's not
attitude era.
Ruthless aggression, or
and that like DX shit, right? And I was like, like this is, to me, I was like, yo, this is like for prepubescent fucking kid soap opera. This is for little boy soap opera. But what's crazy is like,
I remember for straight dudes, bro.
Yeah, but the crazy thing to me is like all the Bloods at my school, right? Which a lot of the Bloods at my school was like Pyrus. They was Samoan cats. And we was cool and shit, like I rock with them. My sister knew a lot of their older brothers. And so I was like safe, the Bloods weren't fucking with me. So I kick it with them at lunch and they'd be like, yo, talking about wrestling. I'd be like, yo, these guys are the scariest motherfuckers that I know. And they's talking about Heartbreak Kid and 1, 2, 3 Kid and all types of kids. And I was just like, yo, like, y'all know that, like, I'm thinking in my head, like, y'all know that's fake, right? Like, but here I am, reading comic books and watching Dragon Ball in 1997. And so it's like, I can't really complain about it. There is like an interesting relationship with pro wrestling and rap because, it's deeply hyper masculine, a lot of wrestling shit. And it's also like false violence. And also like the kayfabe scripted fake storylines is deeply like, it's like a reality for rap music to be like, like Rick Ross was a correctional officer and somehow also like a big boss man drug dealer, you know what I'm saying? And also hip hop relies on so many of these like simple tropes. Like wrestling has always been kind of much of its history is relied on using exaggerated stereotypes, cultural, ethnic stereotypes, national stereotypes. And like I get it, it's fun, but I watched, like, I've been to some of the Japanese New Japan Pro Wrestling. Some of those fools are homies, like Rocky Romero. I met him. Fucking Henry, the dude from New Zealand with all the Maori shit. Like those guys is cool, and I appreciate the craft. I appreciate the craft of these wrestlers doing it. but you know, I'm not like Mega Ran or Open Mike Eagle or West Side Gun, where I'm watching Monday Night Raw and be like, oh shit, it's going down. I don't know, like I don't even know wrestlers' names nowadays, like Goldberg, you know, motherfucking
that nigga's retired.
Brock Lesnar.
Mega, name one new wrestler. Go, name one new wrestler. No, wait. Do you know who Roman Reigns is?
Nikki, yes, I know Roman Reigns. That's like the Rock's cousin and shit, right?
Yeah,
one of the Rock's cousins. The Oos, they be like Oos brothers or some shit.
Do you know any female wrestlers?
What does that mean?
What is that? Nikki Lyons, Nikita Lyons.
What nigga? Why do you know? Nigga, ain't no way you know. This nigga knows the fucking pog wrestler that be fucking acting like a black girl shaking ass.
Oh, I didn't know she was a pog. I don't.
Wait, what's her name?
You're canceled.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's this white girl with a fat ass that talks with a black suit.
That's the only wrestler he called by name. Niggas at the Heartbreak Kid.
I know Bam Bam Bigelow. I know Repo Man. You know what I'm saying? I know. $1 Million Man and his black slave Virgil. You know, $1 Million Man having a black butler that used to just wear like cufflinks and be naked with a little fucking butler top. Yo, Virgil. Yo, it's rough times for you, Virgil.
A lot of shit, bro.
No, but
Yokozuna was a Samoan guy, bro.
Yeah, Yokozuna. Yeah, I mean, I said Rocky Romero. He wrestled. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah, I know some of the New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
Hey, I would. Is it Black History Month?
No.
So I'm straight talking about. I'm straight talking about white women. I don't do that during Black History Month. But yeah. You know,
the rest of the year is free game, bro.
We good. Yeah. Shout out to thick whiteys. You know what I'm saying?
Outrageous. I don't know nothing about wrestling, bro. I don't know nothing about wrestling.
No, you know something about wrestling, cuz.
I mean,
Stone Cold Steve Minutes.
I know some things about wrestling, but I don't know anything like substantial. Wrestling for me, I grew up with a lot of wrestling around me because my uncle was really into it, and I just wanted to like be friends with my uncle in it. So I'm watching a lot of wrestling. I'm playing all the games, like the 2K games and shit. But then it just like it got to a point when I was like, I could just talk to you about something else. Like I don't need to be hella involved in this. I barely care. Like it's cool, it's fine, it's nice. You know what I mean? I sometimes I'll see a move and be like, or I'll see another move and be like, but generally, I'm kind of uninterested in it. But I do find it interesting as theater. I think like as an idea of it being like kind of not entirely improv theater, but like kind of like a more physical theater in that, you know. I find that really interesting. I find it conceptually interesting, but then I watch it and I'm just kind of like, it's like with any like sport as well. Like I feel like I'm just so far away from the context whenever I'm trying to get into it that I am unable to really connect with it. Like everyone's always telling me like the reason they love sports is they know the storylines, and I imagine that it's very similar for wrestling, where it's like you have this mountain of context to understand every single individual reaction and interaction as like a story unfolding before you. But when you just watch like one episode or one game, right, it's like nothing means anything. It's just like a fight, you know. But I think I can definitely see the appeal of it, but I'm too far away from it. I think
it's like battle rap for you. It's like, yeah, this is too many things here clicking the boxes that I just don't care about. I respect the craft, but another example of hyper masculinity that's just kind of weird and more centered towards like the nerds doing it than actual, you know, like these fools. Like I miss the steroid era. You know, I remember watching as a kid. I used to watch Ultimate Warrior.
Don't worry,
but Ultimate Warrior, yo, he used to be on roids and coke, and his little fucking
we used to have roids and coke, bro.
Yeah, but he was crazy. Listening to him, I was like, I used to think he was Native American because you know he had the tassels. He looked like T-Hawk from Street Fighter and shit, and he was saying shit like. Yeah, load the spaceship up with the rocket fuel, load it up with the words and the power and the blood of the warriors running through the veins and the power of the warrior.
No. The way Ultimate Warrior died, the way he died was so crazy.
He died.
It was hard.
The way he died was so crazy because because he was basically retired, but like, you know, he made a special appearance on like Monday Night Raw one time, and he cut a promo. It was like a whole retrospective on his career and shit. And then the next day he just died. It was crazy, bro.
What did his heart explode? He was on the coke and shit. Like
It was
you know,
some
Right,
health
like
related
that,
shit. But like that nigga knew he was cooked, bro. He's like, yeah, this is my
I
career.
gotta let everyone know that I
He
used
just
to
died.
do shit and then go, bro. That's fire, bro. That's how you go.
Yo,
out.
I seen Owen Hart die. I was watching the WrestleMania or whatever when that shit happened.
He's watching
Yeah.
it live.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
This motherfucker was about to zip in from the roof, and it was like, oh, we got to cut away. What? There's something tragic.
You
happening
still
here.
like
And I
this
was
some fake bullshit?
I mean, I already knew it was fake. It was like my next door neighbors got the pay-per-view or whatever, and it was like, yo, it's I forget what it was, but we used to go over there. I watched the Mankind versus Undertaker cage match, which was crazy. But at the same time, I was just like, yo, I'm not really into this. I do like Gold Dust and his honey, Sonny. You remember he has that lady face with him all the time,
tweeted
Sonny?
some racist shit yesterday, bro.
Who did?
That's problematic. Gold does, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, Gold Dust put in the work as being, I don't know, was Gold that was like that androgynous. He used to scare people by being hella gay towards him and shit in wrestling. I was like, yo, this is crazy theater.
That nigga Dustin now. Like,
oh yeah. Isn't Cody Rhodes is another cat I know? Isn't that like his son or something like this?
Call
Like
myself
that's
Cody
his
Rhodes.
brother.
This is brother.
Okay,
Name's Cody
yeah.
Rhodes.
See,
That's
that's
much
what I'm
a better
saying.
name than Stone Cold Steve Minutes, bro.
Oh yeah, you could have been
Alright,
Cody
I
Rhodes.
could have been
Yeah.
Cody. It's too late now.
Yeah.
It's too late. I only know about Stone Cold Steve Minutes because I follow John Cena on Instagram, and he just be tweeting like memes that are just like jokes about Stone Cold Steve
Y'all
Austin's
seen him be
name.
posting bullshit.
Yeah, I rock with him heavy.
John Cena could rap. He was on a Merce album. I was like, yo,
True.
real rap, real hip hop, real
The
hip
Rock
hop.
can rap as well, bro. It's a
Yeah.
what's he say? What's he?
No.
I
That's the
Our
right
drive is our
thoughts.
power.
oh,
like John Cena. I'm not true. I like John
Man,
Cena.
fuck
I don't
John
know
Cena.
anything about him except he would be at the Make-A-Wish shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He seemed like a
yeah,
decent guy.
Cena always saying some positive shit. Yeah, I don't know. He's like a robot.
No, cause that nigga, bro, he follows everyone on Twitter, and the nigga follows every fucking Nazi account on Twitter without fail.
Oh, that's word.
But no. His reasoning is I
He's
follow
thinking everything.
every single person on Twitter because I want every single perspective.
That's a
John
wild.
Cena is not a real person. He's not a real person.
How it works.
That nigga sold his soul to Vince McMahon, and like after that nigga like got fucking started
Been
getting
puppeted
investigated
around
for like
since,
sex
bro.
trafficking and shit. He was like, nah, bro, I can't just turn on him, man. I can't just turn on him. He changed my life. But that's a lot of wrestling is like that, bro.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that too. I mean, especially if you was like, I feel that. Like, you know,
Nigga, no.
What's that one song by the white cat who's like, what happened with Jody? Our Jody? Jody the one smoked the Bodie behind the building and fuck
Jack
Cody,
Harlow,
right?
nigga.
Yeah. I mean,
Big man
it's like,
Jack.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna make that track. They're gonna be like, yo, you remember Ed McMahon? It's like, yo, it was fucking yeah. That's
Oh
my
my
dog.
God.
That's my dog.
Terrible.
We used to
Terrible.
get bitches together. I didn't know he was pooping on him in the back and shit, but he gave me a job.
Listen,
listen,
listen.
Batista,
hold on.
bro.
Cena be like, I don't advocate for all parts of the man, but he was good to me. Like he's that kind of guy.
That's fair. That's what I would do too.
No, that nigga Cena's a sociopath, bro. The nigga's not real.
But now wrestling is
I don't-
dope.
No.
It's
Go on ahead,
it's
Sega.
interesting because there's nothing else really like it because it's not theater, it's not exactly sports. It's like it takes athleticism and it takes like just like the ability to sell and all this other stuff. It's like I don't know, it's a real interesting combination and matchup of things, and I think that's why people fuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
A connection that I've like found with like wrestling and like music is the way the fans like engage with it, because like now everyone knows wrestling is fake, so like instead of like watching it with the like the belief of like this is actually happening, it's not when you watch UFC like you accept any result because it's really happening. So if the nigga lost, the nigga lost.
Mm-hmm.
But like if your man's losing wrestling, you like he's not getting booked right. This is how I would have done it instead. Like people like kind of I don't know, they have like too much information so they feel like smarter than the product. And I feel like some people like approach like music with that same like lens of just
Damn, that's a good connection.
Just feeling like smarter than the artist or like they know better what the thing should be, and like instead of like just like listening to things for like what they are, they kind of like have this like thing that they're like comparing it to or gauging it with that like kind of heavily And I think that might tie into the next topic too, like just how people relate to the shit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, my man Late, who I used to do Mega Late Show podcast with, he was big into wrestling, like Japanese and like WWF, WWE style shit. And I remember when they had the black the first, I think it was the first black UFC like WWE champion. Like I guess The Rock was one, but he was never like I'm black. Yeah, when Kofi won, he showed me the video and his eyes was welling up and shit,
bro.
Yeah, his eyes was welling up. I was like, I thought The Rock was already champion, but it's also true The Rock
niggas ain't see he wasn't like.
If you look at nah, he wasn't. Even if you look at the new Moana shit, he got like a fucking, you know what I'm saying? He got that yaki weave in. The motherfucker looked like the way they used to draw Bishop in the X-Men comics back in the 90s and shit, where he had like a Jerry curl, but most of the time it just looked like he had fucking that yaki in, you know what I'm saying? That good horse. Yeah, like I was like, damn, yo, like
so funny in that fucking.
I don't like it, bro. Like I'm like I used to rock with The Rock, but now we off The Rock. I'm on a Kofi Kingston joint. But my man was like, he really was like, he a black man, black man from Atlanta. And he was just like watching. I could see his eyes going on. But man, you a bitch. But I don't want to say. I didn't say that. I wasn't thinking that. But I was just like, oh damn, I understand.
Bro,
what
that
it
shit was
means,
like when Obama got elected, bro. Nah,
yeah,
The Rock never fucking identifying as black. Even when he's doing the Nation of Domination, the fucking Black Panther gimmick, bro.
Yeah.
He ain't like that shit. He's like, bro, get me out of this shit. I'm not black like that. Why y'all got me acting like this?
Yeah. I'm Rocky Maivia, you know what I'm saying? Like, call me Puerto Rican before you call me black.
But nah, wrestling's real interesting, especially how it like heavily relies on tropes, and that's like resulted in, like shit like we are up to, and even just the way it's a business now. Now like the business almost like comes before the product in a lot of instances, especially for like WWE now. Like shit, it's only like fucking 3 black people that have been champion. Shit like it's very behind the times. Wrestling gets the shit. Like culturally, when it comes to pop culture, wrestling gets the shit so late. Like wrestling is still like way behind compared to everybody else, and it's so crazy to see. And it's also, I don't know, I haven't been watching as much recently, WWE at the very least, because like American wrestling, that's just like borderline monopoly now. And like
do you think,
the way what are you gonna say?
Do you think the thing that you're mentioning on like it being behind in the times is kind of like related to its like obviously when it comes like you mentioning previously like it being a display of like a hypermasculine like approach to living and whatever, and it like the whole kind of appeal of it is the hypermasculinity. Do you feel like that as an inherent like to have hypermasculinity at the forefront of you, the politic you have to kind of support that would kind of, I don't know, I would probably keep you within a more conservative space, I'm assuming. Like I don't know for certain, obviously, but I'm wondering, do you feel like the politics of the people who are interested in wrestling is maybe skewing more towards a politic that would include the hypermasculine as a favorable like kind of thing? I'm just asking. I mean,
that could play a role. I feel like I attribute that mostly to like, because like Vince McMahon, for a while that he like actually owned the product, he was an old white man, bro. And he just like it was his way.
The only thing I know about that guy is he's racist.
No, he's racist. He like fucking sex trafficked the employee, terrible shit. That nigga's like the worst nigga ever. And he doesn't fucking, bro, evil white people do not fucking die. This nigga's like old as fuck. Like that nigga should have been dead a long time ago. He just doesn't die. But now he's an old white dude. Shit was like way behind. And then like late as hell, like 2018, 2019, they finally got around to like women's wrestling started being a big thing for like the American companies for WWE. And then like that was like a whole wave. And then they started doing like the fucking pride like, oh, we're progressive shit. And that shit was moving numbers for a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's part of that, but also the way the shit's run now is like it's corporatized like so much that I feel like part of what made wrestling interesting and important was like the fan interaction, and like to some extent like what the fans did and didn't like dictated like how the product came out. Like now it's just like purely a profit motive.
Of course, I mean the LGBTQ shit is not because the LGBTQ, is because it's a target demographic that fucking sells. It's the same reason that Citibank got that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like
same reason why the fucking that new what's that ice skating? No, the hockey shit. the hockey show that came out was
Heated
gay as
Rivalry.
hell. Heated Rivalry. Like since
Because
that
niggas
show
are
came
horny,
out, now
bro.
there's a market for people who do hockey who are gay. So now they're trying to get all these programs of people who play ice hockey who are gay and shit. So it's like,
what
all of
is
these kind of, you know this? There's this show. What is it called again?
I
What's
heard
it
Heated
called on the
gays?
train?
Rivalry. Heated
Heated
Rivalry, bro.
Rivalry. Heated Rivalry. I heart gays. Not close enough. Close enough.
I don't
And
know. I was
it's
just
basically
guessing.
just
Seemed
about
like some.
it's like hockey, but it's gay niggas be doing hockey.
Yeah, Heated
And now as a
Rivalry.
result of the gay niggas doing hockey, gay niggas want to do hockey. And the hockey companies are all like, okay. How do we make it so that suddenly we're progressive and like gay people? We gotta make sure we get those people in. You know what I mean?
What is the
That's-
difference between gay hockey and regular hockey? Is it like
This is a
do they not
fantastic
fight as
question.
much?
I like how you said that show,
Fight
like-
as much?
You said that like there was just like we said like shit like the winter is coming or something like you're like gay people just, like, they're like in hockey now we gotta prepare like we gotta do something.
That's genuinely
Yeah,
how
man.
it feels, though, bro. That's genuinely how it feels when they market into these like communities as if it's like out of the kindness of their soul and not the fact that they can sell to new people. You know, Crazy,
Anytime
it's crazy.
anytime that you feel like a product is catering to you, congratulations, you've become a target demographic. It's like you start looking for like I like Tubi, but like when you go to Tubi and it'd be like nigga stuff, it's
Lesbian
like,
homies.
oh, these are all the
Yeah.
nigga movies. It's like, all right, like,
Yeah.
all right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How do
it's
you-
good to support that, but
How do you distinguish between something that you like identify with and something that's being like created to target you?
I actually don't really identify things that like I feel represent. I don't see much things that represent me. Like I do see things that I find an interest in. Like even when it comes to wrestling, I'm more likely to watch wrestling people have an interview and a conversation about old wrestling than I am to actually watch wrestling. I like the history of things and stuff, but like no, like I asked this question in the Discord several like maybe a year ago. I was like, what content has a character or like you know a figure that you really identify with, like that you see yourself in? And everybody was talking about cartoon characters, anime, and all types of things that were not and they weren't even like, yo, finally we got a black superhero, you know, Miles Morales. I identify with Miles. It's like most people
Identify
don't
with Goku.
you know what I'm saying? Like exactly. And so like I'm the same way. It's like I've never, you know, I'm Filipino, black and Filipino. My dad is also a black Seminole. It's like, yo, like I've never met anybody like me before, especially, you know, breaking at 12 years old. Like I know hip hop has to be on the same level, but it's not like you're not black Filipino like me. You're not from Inglewood. You're not from, you know, you didn't go to high school in Hawaii. You didn't steal cars. Like I never much see people that I identify with. If I see somebody that's like getting bitches, I'll be like, yeah, I'm like that. I get mad. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. This is just like me. This movie right here. But no, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't. Most I understand, and maybe it's because you know my political tendency. I understand that like all this shit is marketed to me. Even the cast that I like making underground hip hop music, a lot of them has been pushed into these things because they had the influence from it, and it's like they're working on with some of the same tropes that I probably would have when it came to rap. It's like, is it a lineage or is it just you being targeted and you finding a market to enjoy yourself in? Is it culture or is it just reification of fucking of capitalist realism?
Neoliberal.
Who knows? Who knows? You know, like I don't care. Like a lot of times I'll more identify with something in the abstract than I do with it in the physical. Like with your name, Hester, I was like, oh, I haven't even heard the music, but I like the name. I'm already rocking with it. I like the name Hester Valentine. I don't know what's going on here. Let's tap into it. And it's like that's what the type of things that appeal to me. I don't see like
Also a good wrestling name.
yeah it is.
It would be a cool wrestling name.
You could have been on the Rockers, and then both you and Shawn Michaels beat up Marty Jannetty, and then become Heartbreak Kids, or what is Bret Hart? Y'all could have been in the pink and shit. You know, feel me? That would have been hard.
With glasses on.
Yeah, you could have been the first black double intercontinental champion or whatever they call it and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you need to get on steroids and coke. That was your biggest problem. You just wasn't on it enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Hester, you need to go on steroids and coke. That's the message
Speaking
of
of
the
the
podcast.
steroids, bro. Speaking of the steroids, I'm gonna find that shit and send it to y'all, bro. If you see old Randy Orton and current Randy Orton,
I thought you
that
meant
nigga's
steroids.
no, yeah, that nigga
right.
took steroids.
Oh, but I thought-
His head literally grew, like his head literally grew, and his bone structure is literally different. His bone structure just changed.
Nah, bro,
That's
it's back in that
HGH.
he said he's been using like protein now. Like instead of like powder, he's been using like natural protein. That's why he's bigger. That's what.
That's what he said.
Nah,
I don't know about y'all. I don't know
when your
about
head
y'all.
get bigger, it's HGH, yo. It's HGH.
I don't know if niggas have this
the
take in other
alien.
sports. But Hester, when it comes to wrestling, I don't got a problem with steroids. I don't know about you. I don't got a
Yeah, I
problem
don't
with
give.
steroids.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I was about, like when wrestlers like when MJF booked up, bro, that shit was fire to me.
I mean, it's not about fair fights, is it? It's not like get in the ring and have like the fairest square off.
I mean,
like,
a lot of that
from
shit's
what I've
aesthetic
seen-
too.
Yeah, and like,
Also,
so it doesn't
steroids
make
help
a
with
difference.
recovery time. Steroids help with recovery time. These people are putting their bodies through absolute fucking hell on a weekly basis. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, the steroids help with, like, steroids can be used democratically and used well. Like, you boost up your testosterone levels, but you know the problem with it in like the 70s, 80s was abuse and kind of not understanding the scientific methods of using it. People was just injecting everything into their bodies, and that's why a lot of these people had
crazy.
you know, the roid rage is real thing. It's not that it causes you to be that, but if you're already on that, you get on that. When my cousin Randy stabbed, I told y'all when he was in high school, like he stabbed dude 37 times. He was on gear. He was on master bowling. He was on a bunch of different cycles, and he was on gear. And you know, he was already crazy, and it did push him to the edge. He stabbed folks 37 times, and then went to jail, joined the Nation of Islam, just like any real nigga would. I guess, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
good role model.
you know, like me, if I had when Trey was like, I'm gonna send you, I was like, oh please, thank you God, I need to get on a cycle, I need to be big. Just in case Nicholas Craven come out here, cuz I'm 43, bro. I gotta get right again. You feel me? I weigh myself today. I'm trying to get right. You know what I mean? Yeah, please send me the steroids. I'm gonna get on all the gear. I'm gonna get and after I get all the gear, that's when my channel gonna blow up. I'm gonna get a you know how they do the body model. I'm gonna get a 6-pack on my neck. I'm just gonna have a 6-pack on my neck.
That's
so
real,
niggas
bro.
know
That's
you can choke me out.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be the first underground hip hop podcast with an alpha male, bro. You ain't
wearing mad tank tops. Just
you know what I mean? I'm not. I'm skipping the tank tops. I'm going all the way back to the 80s where they used to wear the halter top shirts. You know what I'm saying? The shirts be like this, and I'll be wearing with the parachute pants, like Joey Buttafuoco, like a New Jersey Italian cat. You know what I'm saying?
We in the podcast, and the whole time, it's just me and Trey talking, and Mega in the background going like this. Literally.
That might help with viewer retention, bro.
Segue to be for the promos, like Cole, you can't do the intro no more. You're not doing no more. Oh my God, we doing something else now. It's, oh yeah, brother.
On my steroids.
Fill the spaceship up with the minutes. Fill it up with the words and the power of this 6-pack neck. Nigga, we coming for you. Like, I love that. Who's that? Oh, folks, like, we coming for you, nigga.
Look at T.
That clip is so good, bro. That clip is so good.
I love it.
One of my only frame of references for hip hop and rap in this conversation. So when Trey brought it up, I was like, okay, this is my one thing I can say. I've heard so many people say, I don't fuck with niggas like I'm Hulk Hogan or something like that. I've heard so many people say that.
Come up a lot.
I've heard so many people say that. I don't. That's my entire. I don't know nothing about Hulk Hogan other than that one guy said he was coming for him and that he's racist because my favorite rapper Javon said he is. I don't fuck with niggas like Hulk Hogan and a Rip T. I was like, okay, Hulk Hogan is racist. Bet that's enough for me.
Who's the brother who was the world's strongest man that used to wrestle in WWE?
Henry.
Mark Henry said he approached Hulk Hogan about it, and he was like, yo, man, this whole time we've been hanging out and you know, eating together and partying together. The whole time you thought that I was just the N-word. And Hulk Hogan was like, no, brother. I just kind of got crazy, and my dad came back into me. You know, like white people usually hate black people, and you know, it's something I didn't mean to do it. And that's like that's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people don't really got that hate in their heart, but they really, you know, come out their face and something nasty come out. But like I ain't shooting Hulk Hogan no bell because he's a big bozo and ultimately a racist too and a reactionary right wing cat. But yeah, like I know.
Yes,
yeah, he dead.
Yes,
wait, did you hear the clip? Like,
What bad?
the Hulk Hogan
the
clip.
phone
He
call?
like verbatim
racist one?
says, he verbatim says, I am a racist.
Oh, tight.
That's so fire.
That's hard to me.
I mean, he didn't need to tell us that.
Yeah, that's hard.
Cause like I think he was mad that his like daughter was like trying to like date a
black
guy.
The rappers? Yeah. That's hard.
If he does date a black guy, it has to be a tall NBA nigger or something like that.
Oh
like,
shit.
he was like, as a racist, I know sometimes you gotta adjust some shit like that. I don't know. It was
That's
weird.
hard.
That's so
Yo,
fire. That's so fire.
Anytime a
That's the
white man
most
have a
fun
racist
guy.
tape come out, it's fucking hilarious. Like the Mel Gibson shit, where he yelling at his wife for being like, "You're always with the pack of nigger. I lost my fucking Lakers tickets." Like he's like, you like, shit's rough for the whites. Shit's really rough for the whites when you hate the
Donald
blacks.
Sterling
Sterling was
bro,
going
it's
through
difficult.
it. That nigga was sick.
Oh yeah. He's like, yeah. Can you just stop, please, bringing Scottie Pippen to the motherfucking games? Like, bro, that's Scotty.
He's like, anywhere else, please.
Like, come on. Yeah, but you know, I don't know. I like at this day and age too. It's like, you know, like I reserve the right to slap anybody in the face to pull a racism and shit. But also online and people that I don't know, a lot of times they be like, yeah, that's corny, that's bozo shit. And a lot of times, I think racism can be pretty funny. Like I like, you know, I understand people who like deeply hurt by it, and I've experienced it. And, you know, so has like everybody in my fucking family. But I sometimes I think a good old racism is just like, it's so absurd that it can be funny to me. Like listening to Mel Gibson really be like, a pack of black men, you're just gonna get fucked by a pack of black men. It's like, yo, man, this is, you know, like that offends me less than the porn videos where it's like interracial and they'd be like, yo, call him a nigga. Call him a nigga, say you love some nigga dick. I'm like, ugh, this feels wrong to me. I can't jack off to this shit. But the Mel Gibson tape, I'll be like,
Listen, nigga. I don't have a segue. You just
You play too much.
right.
You play too
I don't
much.
have a segue.
I do.
Yeah,
play
there's
too
no
much.
way to get. There's no smooth way to get us off of what Mega just said, bro.
You know,
There's
Mega
no
is
smooth-
crazy. I don't apologize for any of my transgressions. Like, don't, you know,
You
write
don't
your
need. You
Congress
don't need
person.
to. You don't
Write
need
your
to. But we're
Congress
just gonna. We're just gonna
Segue off.
That was
Yeah.
nuts.
All right. Let me bring in my topic then. I'm talking about white men. No.
Came with topics.
Yeah. So my topic is about the importance of action, or the importance and significance of actually understanding lyrics, what it means to have meaningful engagement with them, and particularly how that squares with our appreciation of the more abstract, less linear thought stylers, and even when it comes to like foreign language MCs, because you know, I don't know about y'all, but I can listen to a French MC or a Japanese MC and I don't necessarily understand anything, but I rock with it and I vibe with it and I can enjoy it. And I'm less interested in interpreting lyrics that are clear, but the way that we view the abstract in comparison. Is like, especially in the underground scene, much more than the mainstream scene, we have a lot of cats who lean more towards the less concrete and the more poetic, you know, cats like Fatboy Sharif. Like, I really couldn't tell you the meaning of a Fatboy Sharif song
Tupac
like that. For
worked
any
at
part.
McDonald's for $12 an hour.
Word. I mean, Aesop Rock, Bus Driver,
Fatboy
Micah
Sharif
9, KDI, Reese Langston, Cool Keith, Fick and Lungs, Andrew Embark, Al Davino even is what I would consider like a kind of more abstract, nonlinear styler. And to me, it's like one of the things is that, like, I think that poetry, and not just rap, poetry often kind of suspends language and thought, and it allows us to it allows us to take a subject or ideas from their non-business as usual functioning and directs them towards like a novel pathways of understanding and in different forms that some other ways of communicating can't. And English is particularly dope at that because with the rich, like the way in English you can construct a sentence, you can really, with 3 words, could convey a plethora of meanings to people that are not concrete. If you say like rhinoceros boom slang, like a rhinoceros is an African animal, a boom slang is also a type of snake, you know what I'm saying? So you have a visual of like a big ass snake, but also you have boom and slang, which is in the rap sector, it's like a rhinoceros booming slang. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the styles, and so we're able to put these things together in new ways. And people who don't like to engage with artwork like that, to me, it's kind of similar to being like, yo, when I look at clouds, all I see is clouds. Like it's impossible for me to see a nuclear explosion cloud. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a nuclear explosion. I love the abstract. I love poetry, and I love what the language can do. And I would say like I'm an abstract styler myself in a lot of ways, but when I hear somebody like the very first video we did on Secret House was a review of Haram, and we were rocking with my man L Spade, and L Spade is a layman. He's not a hip hop guy like that. He makes hip hop music, but he's from Memphis and he only listened to mainstream his entire life. He's not a lyrics guy. He's a production guy. When he listened to it, we recorded the day after it came out. So we had it Friday. He listened to it maybe once on the way to the studio to record, and his first comment of it was that it's word salad. It's pretentious word salad. They're not saying anything. And I was like, yo, that is like such a crazy takeaway. That is like the most non-generous, basic way of trying to describe art. It's like looking at a painting and be like, yeah, so what? It's a picture of outside. It's like, all right. And to me, it's like, I think a lot of the language stylers, they get pushed to the side as not being as high level art because it requires a different type of intellectualization of rap that is not as clear rhetorically, using the poetic devices that people have grown to champion in rap. Multisyllabic is not as like and there is similes, but there's importance to eloquence. Like, I understand why Nas is so dope, and eloquent MCs are tremendous too, but it's not a this or that. It's that both of them are there existing, and they function in extremely similar ways, but the critique of them is always throwing the abstract stylers under the bus as if they're less talented, and I don't agree with that. I think I'm smarter than people because I like weirder stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Especially that last part. I was agreeing with you the whole time. And then you said that there, and I'm like, yeah, I am more intelligent for liking this music. And it makes me a better person than anyone else who would listen to like a Drake or something. How dare they?
Yeah. I mean, they look at the clouds and they can't imagine seeing shit. But I look at the clouds and it says, "Yo, Mega, you dope," and I'm like, I see that.
Yeah. I hear.
Me in a universe like this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Word. No, I think that the abstract lyricism as like a thing to measure against a more like straightforward approach. I don't like straightforward as a word. It made me seem like I'm insulting it. Just a more easily possible approach. I feel like it's quite. I feel like it's quite interesting because it's like I feel like it kind of goes into a thing we talked about recently as like to this kind of sportification of hip hop, and in how like everything is a comparison game. It kind of, we have to a lot of the time to kind of fit everything into this comparison game. We have to forget that some people are playing by entirely different rules and playing entirely different sports. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the like lyric conversation that we were talking about last week briefly, like emerges from a need to take all of these people who are doing vastly different things and vastly different approaches and sum them down into a easily measurable thing that can then therefore be compared and contrasted. If you're gonna look at an entire Elucid song and then you're gonna look at an entire Kendrick song, it's gonna be like, they're not really trying to do the same things. Who's saying more similes? You know what I mean? Like those things there are like easy denoters as to a quality, not a quality, as to a quality that you can kind of like point to and act as though they have like kind of an innate value to them. You know what I mean? As if they are contextless like arbiters of truth. Like, oh yeah, if we have the similes in it, that means it must be good music. That means it must be good lyrics. That means it must be effective at what it's trying to do because it does the very simple poetic like language tools that I am familiar with from my year 8 English class. You know what I'm saying? Like, to have all of these very like easily passable and easily understandable like forms of approach to lyricism be kind of like the ground level as to which we then judge all lyricism from, definitely like it is a huge dampener to the varied approaches that we can have. You know what I'm saying? And I think even like for someone who, for me, in my own like enjoyment of music, I don't feel like I'm necessarily much of a lyric person. I feel like I know lyrics and I hear bars and I'm interested in them, but I definitely don't put myself forward as like someone who's listening to everything and understanding every bar or even attempting to understand every bar. So when it comes to those comparisons, I'm often like out of my depth. If someone asks me to do like quote a Woods line from da 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 song, most of the time, even if I love that song, I'm not gonna have one. I'm not gonna have one. I'm there for the sound and the general mood being created in most cases. So and I think in a lot of ways the abstract lyricism and stuff like that definitely suits the idea, the thing I love in art being the mood and being the mood being created, and doesn't necessarily not necessarily in the linear approaches of telling me how to feel or telling me what to like, what happened on your day to day. I more so want the more broad set emotional projection, I guess, into your art. And I think that with the comparison that is often tried to be made between a linear
My internet
storytelling, a linear
fucked.
approach, and a more abstract approach, we lose the fact that there's a big benefit to both. You know what I'm saying? Trey, what's going on with you? Why are you moving me around,
Bro,
dude?
my shit's frozen. I'm trying to fix it.
Yeah,
Can you hear us?
you're moving now a little. You're moving a little out now for me. I can see you moving.
I'm gonna leave and come back.
All right.
Can you hear us at least? Okay,
Hester, you want to go off or?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, like I feel like a big thing in this conversation too is like how someone raps, because I think that's also a big entry point, and like, or like that could be a barrier of entry, because like there's like some dudes who like their lyrics are kind of coded, or maybe it might sound like word salad at first, but I just like how they rhyme, so like I'm willing to stick with it and spend more time. And then like whether like, cause sometimes it's more impressionistic, so the lyrics don't open themselves up in like a literal way, but like you just start warming up to the language, and like just like the phrases start like becoming like beautiful, or whatever whatever feeling they're evoking, right? But if I don't like how you're rhyming, like I'm not like, that's an additional barrier of entry. Like I'm not like sticking around just because like it exists. Like I'm a tap in with someone that's doing a similar thing, but appeals more to me on, like, and you said, an aesthetic level, like a mood, like just how they rhyming level.
Sure.
And because like Shabbat, like I remember listening to Shabbat's Palaces. I didn't know what those songs are about at first, but like this is fire. Like this is like, I'm willing to stick around, and then you stick around with it more, and it opens itself up to you. I had that relationship with like Luce's work, like Billy Wood's work, but there's certain guys like that. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not jacking that. I'm not sticking with this one.
Yeah. And I think that's one thing that's interesting. Like in this sphere, I feel like it's very difficult to explain why I don't like when I don't like. Like then someone's doing an abstract rap thing and I don't like it. It's so difficult for me to like even try to like parse the reasons why, kind of thing, because I feel like it's. Go on.
Oh, I was gonna say, and that's the risk you take. Like as someone, like, I guess I make like some kind of abstract ish stuff, and I'm like, you want everyone to like it because you have an ego and you just like want people to like your stuff. Like, but like
real.
But at the end of the day, like, that you're alienating people with some of the decisions you make, and that's just kind of the nature of it.
Right.
And there's gonna be someone that thinks it's like the greatest thing ever, and there's gonna be some people who like really think it's the wackest shit ever, and like just awful, and just the worst things you could say about like someone's music. And yeah, you just run that risk.
Yeah, like there's a lot of barrier entries for rap. It's like whether you're not like the beat, whether the person's voice sounds good or not. More so what I'm getting at with like the abstract, and I don't necessarily like all abstract approaches, but one thing you said is like, if you're making music and you're trying to be successful with it, you tend to make music that sounds more similar to things that are successful to capture larger markets and larger segments of places in order to do that. There's very few cats who we have even in our industry who have ever had the type of breakout success that Open Mike Eagle has had, or like LP or Slug has had, and those guys are still relatively small compared to the biggest kind of rap pop artists that we have in our culture. One of the things about the critique, though, when it comes to like lyrics, it's not so much like the difference between Kendrick's rhyming and Lupe Fiasco's rhyming. It's that a lot of times what's funny and contradictory to me about the world that we live in and in the way that we approach this is that the like the job of good art and also criticism of good art and critique is to reveal kind of the contradictions and to manage the distance between the abstraction and what's concrete about it. Like, you want to find out what makes this good, what makes it right, and also the things that are hard to understand. We want to bring those to the light, and that sits in in opposition to the very singular perspective that we have of the subjectivity of our enjoyment of these things. So we want to find the concrete in the abstract and make it real, but we also think that our position is the sole defining factor of music is subjective and things can go this way. And one thing that happens when a lot of people are talking about this underground rap shit is that, or this weirdo shit and this wordy Gandhi, all types of shit, is that most people don't really care to engage with it beyond because they feel there's no concrete in the abstraction. And it's also like they don't look to the lineage of the styles, they don't look to the lineage of poetry, and they don't look to like the lineage of even other artistic mediums when discovering these things. There's something audacious about approaching music with a callous disregard for making it towards people understanding it. There's like an audacity to be like, this is me, I'm doing it. And a lot of times you'll have artists that do that and they're nothing burgers. It's sprinkles on a slice of pizza. It's rainbow sprinkles on a slice of pizza. And other times you'll have a Dose One arrive. You'll have a K the Eye. You'll have a Billy Woods arrive. And the bigger issue that I have with this kind of narrative is that most rap fans have intellectualized rap so much that they believe that the concrete about it is this tradition of using similes and metaphors that come from this lyrical kind of miracle segment where it's no longer art. It's rap, it's rhetoric, and we all want it to be fucking poetry, and we all want it to be real like that, but nobody considers that poetry has these other wavelengths that are fine. People that are so deeply interested in like lyrics being so important and high level, like they hate the mumble rap shit almost as much as they disregard the abstract shit. And they're very different. Like a lot of the mumble rap shit is very simple tropes, very simple sentences. Some of it could be deep or whatever, it get cold like Minnesota, I don't know, but a lot of it is like I'm having fun, I'm having partying. And then the abstract shit is like, yo, this is a finger food soup. It's like, what is that? What does that even mean? What is a finger food soup? Like I don't know. I like the abstract, and I'm tired of the lyrical miracle cats dominating the conversation about high level writing and process when they disregard that shit. That's really the only reason I wanted to talk about it, because like it's the stew. Like the poetry is a laboratory. Like a lot of the self-expression of black folks is come in many different forms. It's like, yo, like Miles Davis and the shit that they was doing, it was jazz, but nigga, this shit was abstract as fuck. Like it's new pathways of understanding, it's new pathways of writing. It's like poetry too. It's like you read poetry and you find out like, oh, you could do anything. You could do anything. So why can't rappers like KDI do it? And then you guys got to be like, he ain't saying nothing. It's like, is it he's not saying nothing, or is it the Jay-Z line? It's like, do you really listen or just peruse through it? Like, I don't know. Fuck that shit.
I think there's also this like interesting effect where like I feel like a lot of shit gets called abstract or experimental, like just because the listener themselves does not understand it, and I feel like it gets like blanketed as praise almost, which it can be praise in certain contexts, but like after a while, like what does that really mean? Snot Nose Salim on his recent album said surface level superficial listeners call it abstract when they find the concept hard to grasp.
Bars. Bars.
I know, right? I know that's the goal
rap.
right there.
Oh my
that's
god!
the
Oh my
goal right
god!
there.
Oh my god!
Fine.
But yeah, it's like
know.
I feel like you gotta dig a little deeper sometimes. You can't be like, yeah, this is abstract, experimental, and then that label in itself is the value of the art. Like maybe it's not that abstract. Maybe they just used the word you weren't familiar with, or maybe they referenced something that you didn't have context for it. And now with that context, they said that pretty plainly. It wasn't that abstract after all.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. When folks was like, "Yo, Arm& Hammer shit is word salad," I was like, "Bro, you not smart. You're not smart." There's like it's like a lot of these things is straightforward lines. You know what I'm saying? You're not smart. But this is the issue too. Like the usage of the word abstract and experimentals, like they've been turned and turned into different things. Like when we talk about experimental, like we got JPEG Mafia saying he the experimental king. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's a bit crazy to me when you have somebody like Blackie and you have all these other artists. But a lot of times when you're having these conversations with these people, the reasons that the discussion is difficult is because the definitions only matter to the debate because the disagreement it lives in the definition's edges. Like those people are not engaging with the definition of what we're talking about. Those people are engaging with the edge of it, a very edge understanding and a simple understanding and not really knowing what we're talking about. All those MCs I named, like none of them sound the same. Fatboy Sharif don't sound nothing like Bus Driver. He don't sound nothing like Davino. He don't sound nothing like Shamar. I mean, you can find through lines through these things, but you can find through lines through fruits and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? It's just still a little bit different, and a lot of times people is just unwillingness to engage with music that is, people don't listen to it for that. If you like mumble rap, you probably listen to music because it feel good, it make you feel good. And just because I listen to motherfucking Billy Woods don't mean that I'm listening to like intellectualize and then figure out what the abstract is by the concrete through motherfucking Professor Sky. You know what I'm saying? I don't need this nigga to parse it out for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not this or that. It's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I feel like I was so aggy today, and every time I talk today, I kind of feel like I'm being like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you all the truth for the world as it is right now. By the way, y'all niggas just don't be hearing
yelling at me.
You niggas stole my shit. Yeah, I was like, I feel like I'm having a bad day. Like I'm not trying to rant, but every time I get on and be like, oh, let Mega talk for 3 minutes, goddamn. Somebody cut me off.
My bad. No, because you be talking and I'm like, yeah, no, this nigga spit. That's a big reason why I just let you go, bro. Because you be saying, I'm like, oh yeah.
I need that little boost. I'm not gonna lie to you. I need that little boost.
It's needed. It's necessary. You know what I mean?
My wife looked at me today. She's like, the depression beating you up today. I was like, bitch, don't you see? This is basically crying. Ain't no tears coming out, but I felt sad, bro. I felt sad. My wife handling all. She calling all the police station, the co-bonds, and all these things. My wife is number one, and still I'm stuck at. I got fucking 11 days to figure out to see if my wife gonna go to jail or not. It's worrying. It's troublesome.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine.
I don't know if you know about that, Hester, but yeah, that's a whole thing. So
working through it though. You got it. Well, I mean, we're here podcasting. You know what I mean? You're here. Get in community when you can. You know what I'm saying? It's necessary.
What do we got? Like 20 more minutes to rock with Hester? Is that it? 15 minutes?
Yeah, about 15. Yeah.
Let's not do recommendations. I want to talk to Hester. I've never really rocked with him, and I want to do like I want to chop it up and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I like your music. I'm the Female Wheezy is a bomb album. Like I love the cover. I like the audacity to call an album that. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know what you look like. I've seen you. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I imagine you, I was kind of thinking like a Puerto Rican kid, not like a black Puerto Rican kid. Like not like Afro Latinoism, but I was kind of thinking you look like the bad guy from Juice. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? I was just thinking you was a Puerto Rican kid for whatever reason. So like seeing you, I'm like, okay, word life. Put a face to the name, man. Like thank you again for joining us. And with that said, can you tell our listeners a little bit about like who you are and more about what you do, how long you've been doing it?
Oh yeah, my name is Hester. I'm a rapper out of the Bronx. I've been rapping about 5-6 years, but like I mean I was writing shit since I was like 13, but I didn't start recording until I was about like 20.
Okay, I mean, the way I heard about you, I want to say that it was probably Sun Mundi and Shamar at the same time being like, yo, there's a lot of really talented cats, but there's this one cat named Hester Valentine who's out here who's like the illest of us. He's so ill. You need to check out Hester Valentine. And it was Sun Mundi and Shamar that really put me onto your work. And that to me, like I was getting into Sun Mundi, and it was before Lived and Born dropped, and I already liked him. But then when I heard Lived and Born, I was like, to hear him give you that praise, it means that he really, values your art and puts it on a high level because that's where he's operating. You know what I'm saying? Like some Mooney's up there. So yeah, man. Shout out to the Bronx and shout out to you. Is I Am the Female Wheezy like the first full length, or is like how many albums you got?
So I got a record with Outside House called it's called
I love the album. I love the album so bad.
It came out through Karma Kids. And then there was like a compilation that came out. I'm not sure if it's still up though. It was called Valenta. It was like a compilation of songs that I put out, and this guy Keith, he said, "Yo, I'm down to put it out with some physicals and t-shirts." I don't know if that shit ever came out though. Like he showed me like the pictures and shit, but like I've never seen a real life picture of it. I've never gotten a DM saying, "Yo, I got this." So
it's lost media.
But he's sitting there counting the money like 1, 2. I clean up on this shit real good. Yeah. I'm joking, but word life. Yeah.
And then there's Female Wheezy, and then I put out another EP this year called "This Is Phil Spector." I started as a Spotify playlist. I thought it was hilarious. So I was like, I'm naming that. But
yeah, that's what's up. Like, how would you describe your, like, when we're talking about lyrics, how would you kind of describe your rap style and your inspiration, how you approach writing lyrics?
In terms of like the abstract versus concrete, I think I can be. I don't think I'm very abstract. I think my thing is more like dense wordplay type shit. Like it's a lot of like plays on words and like puns, and like I like to play with language that way. I'm not very like impressionistic. I think once you figure out what I'm doing with the language, you'll know what I'm saying. But like it's just like using different type of words, and that's what, like, when I listen to Doom and shit, that's what I was fucking with. Like I was like, this, he can reference anything and use any type of word and rhyme it with this and rhyme it with that and still just be saying, "Yo, I'm dope." And, and like at the end of the day, he's saying like, he's ill, but how he get there is the fun part.
Word. I mean, like, guys, I didn't mean to be like, "Yo, this is the point of the show. I wanted to take it over and just interview Hester Mania." And,
no, it's cool.
But, like, this is my first time rocking with them, so I just kind of wanted to have like more of a moment where I get to know you and shit. Like, so you grew up in the Bronx?
Oh yeah, born and raised, never lived anywhere else.
My brother, like my super twin, not my real brother, but my homie Diami, who co-met earlier this year, knee block. He's teaching at a college in the Bronx right now. Like, he born and raised in the Bronx too, and he's teaching at a college, teaching critical theory and communication studies out there. So shout out to y'all, man. That's really ill. Yeah, you got
best place.
Who's like your favorite MCs? All time. I mean, like, I know we just mentioned Doom, but like, who's kind of like your inspirations and stuff like that?
Doom. I'm trying to remember what I was listening to. I'm really bad. I'm really bad at answering these questions. I feel like I listened to like a lot of music in high school.
Well, really, this is me trying to gauge your age, because if he's like, yeah, like XXX Tentacion back then, I don't like him now. I'll be like, so you and Trey went to this, that same graduating class.
I missed the XXX Tentacion wave, but when I was in high school,
you would have fucked with him.
When I was in high school, I was listening to a lot of I was fucking with like OG Mako. I was listening to like Chief Keef. I was listening to like Odd Future. I was fucking with Rat King. Like, that was like the stuff I was listening to in high school. Right? Yeah.
Rat King is hard.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. Rat King was super dope.
Yeah.
I was fucking with Wretch. Awful Records. I was fucking with. I feel like I'm giving my age a little bit if you remember any of these acts. But that when I was in high school, that's what I was. Death Grips. I was fucking with Death Grips a lot. Going back to like stuff I was listening to.
Like in the West Coast now, like when I was growing up, it wasn't like a derogatory slur, nothing like that. It was just something that, like, I've always used it to be like, oh, you kind of dope. But on the West Coast now, you call somebody a weirdo, it's like, oh, what's up? It's up there. But now, like, you kind of weird. Like, you're an interesting person. Your approach to art is is different, especially considering you like a Bronx kid. I forget what that one fucking '90s song that you kind of did on I Am the Female Weezy, and I was like, why is this happening to me? Like I shouldn't like this. Like I hate this song, but why is it happening? Why is it here? What is he doing? You kind of like a weird, kind of like an there's a very idiosyncratic element about you that places you firmly as like an individual and not like a tropey, like I'm rapping like everybody else and shit. Like I don't even know if that's a question. I think I'm just saying shit now, but
yeah. I mean, we could spend the next 9 minutes just praising Hester. I'm down with that.
Listen. I have beef with Hester because the last two albums I was featured on. You know who else was featured on the album? It was Hester, and I feel like he's trying to show me up. I don't know what this is. So Hester, what is this? Are you trying to make me look bad out here?
Never. I pulled out of a feature and you got it. I feel like that's.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I feel like that's real love right there. I feel like I'm blessed.
Hester keeping me employed. Hester keeping me employed.
Yeah, remember who your friends are.
No, right there. That was, bro. Is Hester was like, man, I'm too good for this feature, bro. Give that to some whack ass nigga like Trey, bro.
The feature is actually really crazy.
I fucking that.
The song is super dope, and the person is with is like is super dope.
Hester be killing features though. You be killing.
You're really good rapping.
No, it's crazy because I be out here like I'm already a big fan of your like work with House. I really like I've been tapping it back into female Weezy recently because I missed it when it was out, but I'm back on it. But like I was re-listening to that feature you did for Contacting, and that is genuinely that's one of my favorite verses ever. Like seriously, the way that you like build up the narrative there, and like the things that could be could obviously it's one of those things again when like you said before where it's like you don't really tend to like your approach as much as it can be like labeled abstract. I feel like you are still talking to like a very real thing. Like I don't think it's like I don't think it's like stuck in a crazy like miasma of confusion. I think what you're saying is like very pinpoint and precise, but still feels like kind of difficult to parse when you're like kind of just in it. And I think that's like such a brilliant factor of that verse is it kind of you spend so much of it a little bit confused as to what's going on and what's happening, and then the end of it, it's so obvious. Like it's such a brilliant like reveal. You know, I think that's one of the things that like that blows me away about your writing generally, but especially on that song specifically. I remember like I listened to that shit a lot. I'm just rewinding this one verse. I was like, Mom, listen to this guy's verse. And I'm playing it to her, and I'm like, do you hear? He said audible go.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, I'm a fan.
That's dope. You showing your mom music. I show my mom stuff, and she'd be like, oh.
I'll be showing my mom. I
don't even think I showed my mom. That's you know
what I'm saying? No, shout out to having a wonderful relationship with your mom. That's
shout out my mom, bro, for real. I'll be showing her whatever music is interesting me because she likes my interests most. She likes knowing what I'm interested in it. You know what I mean? Shout out her.
That's really dope. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, you out here doing the thing, and very, very well.
To the feature tip, I like doing features because when I'm working on an album, like. Usually I have like a concept in mind, so like I try not to veer too much, or like there'll be like a certain idea dominating the wordplay. Like I'm a female Weezy, it's like a lot of medical terms and a lot of like eating stuff because it's like about the body and shit. But like on a feature, I just get to be like the URL smack rapper I always wanted to be. Like I just,
pull out the banana clip.
No. There's actually I did a feature for someone where I do mention the banana clip and then do some monkey. Like I really just get to be the URL just flipping words rapper that I always wanted to be. It is so fun. Or I get to eat people. I guess that content.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's serious. No, that's serious. That's serious. I can't cut your hair is serious. Yeah, no. Hester got it. I'm glad you could come on, man. I'm glad you could come on.
Yeah, me too. I was really excited. I was excited.
I'm aware it's a very annoying time of the day. You know what I mean?
No. I'm usually up at this time. I appreciate y'all having me on. This was fun.
Again, we'll figure it out again. But I also want to get on a podcast with you and Nick. I didn't even know y'all had a podcast until KOSEY told me she was on it, and I was like, yo, how come people don't like me? Do people just hate me, nigga? Like, ain't no like nobody be like, yo, get on the pod.
You gotta start using Twitter, bro.
I might be breaking news. But
Oh shit!
the podcast is no longer.
Oh, it's high. I told y'all how many episodes y'all had? How many episodes y'all did?
I don't even know, but there were some creative differences.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's my fault. I came on. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I came on and I started sowing the seeds of this.
Yeah, exactly. Ever since that episode, we were like, "Do we really want to do this together?" Like we were just like,
I mean,
most podcasts fail after 8 episodes. Yeah, most podcasts fail before 8 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the second podcast I've done. I did Mega Late Show for like 6 years, and then this one here, we approaching the year, and every week I'm like, that's my last one. I hate these. I don't hate these. I hate Trey. Oh my god. Like, actually, me and Trey's relationship got a lot better since we started podding together. If you notice, me and Trey ain't argued online in a year.
In a while, bro.
I'm not
in a while.
I was thinking about it. Me and Nick's relationship got better through doing the podcast, like, because like we didn't really talk much, really, and then we did the podcast. I was like, oh, this is it's a cool cat. I didn't like, and that was cool because like I didn't really have any intentions of doing a podcast for a super long time, to be honest with you, because like I don't want to be a podcaster. But one day I woke up and I was like, my Instagram is all podcast clips. Oh shit! I was like, something has to change.
See, I was the same way. That I was like, oh wait, I can just hide all this shit on my main account. I just hide it on the grid.
Yeah,
we're like an anti-podcast. Like, we don't ever try to do anything to really hit the algorithm, which is counterintuitive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really could be doing like clickbaity titles and thumbnails and shit like that, but
I'm not gonna act like our titles on slightly clickbait, you know.
I'm not gonna lie either. Like, half the time I go back and look at the episode and I read the title, I'm like, what was this episode about again? I don't even know what the title is saying. Which one was this? Yeah.
And I think it's dope just to hear like y'all having conversations that like just people in the scene are probably thinking of or having, and it's just like in a formalized way, and it can invite people to the discussion. Like, it's dope just having something that isn't for everyone, you know?
Right.
Like, it being for the people who care about the topic. That's like, I think that's super duper valuable and just super dope. Like, that's why I fuck with. Like,
thank you. Yeah.
Shout out.
We keep it moving. Only way I'm gonna quit this is if I get a bigger bag. You know, if Joe Budden reach out to me and is like, hey, we need to get Mark Lamont. We need to get Mark Lamont Hill out of here. We need a real smart nigga who got real thoughts and also kind of
you would be good on Joe Budden, bro.
I would kill Joe Budden, because if Joe starts throw the shit off, I'm slapping him. I'm slapping Ish. I'm slapping Ice. I'm ankle picking whoever woman is there and set her down gently and be like, don't ever.
You would go viral. You just gotta come in. You heard Nikita Lyons, like,
you immediately, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Mega's on Joe Budden for like 50 seconds. They're getting a worldwide clip, bro. Everyone is hearing this nigga's voice within 20 minutes if he's on that podcast, bro. I'm telling you.
I am the female Joe Budden.
Bro, if we were algorithm hustling, Mega would have got us canceled a long time ago, bro. We would have got cooked.
Yeah. I'm too toxic for real life. But the thing is, like, I'm not even that toxic.
Would have did us in.
Yeah, FT pedophiler was dirty work. I should have never done that. I apologize. I want to give it. I want to apologize to the pedophile community. I should never disgrace y'all's name with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? All right. But yo, Hester, I know you got to vamp out, guy. Like, I appreciate you, G. Wonderful to make it to have a conversation.
It was a pleasure having you on.
Yeah, forever, man.
I'm like rushing the clock.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Get out of here. It's all good to the good.
Peace.
Peace. That's
one.
In a bit.
We got recommendations coming up now. Yeah. Recommendations.
Shit to promote.
I did quickly wait before we do the recommendations thing. I did have a brief thing, just an idea. I don't have to discuss it too much, but a little addendum to the parasocial thing. Do you think we were being parasocial to Nicholas Craven in our assessment of any of that? I was just thinking.
Well,
what does parasocial mean in this context? Like,
does Hester know he hasn't left?
Yeah, Hester. Okay.
He can't hear us. Maybe with headphones
Nah.
off.
Man, we
If
can
this nigga
manually
pull his
remove
pants
him,
off, we're
I
gonna remove him. Yeah, we're gonna remove him because if he pull his pants off and shit, the chains, this would be nasty work. Real nasty work. Just keep it on and be like critique his body. You know what I'm saying? Like some real nasty shit. Oh, look at this guy. Yeah, apparently he doesn't squat, just like Mega. No, I don't think we're being parasocial, but also Trey, like again, like one of the things that, like, I know you didn't at him, and that's why I don't think it's a problem.
No, yeah,
But like, I also,
but the thing is,
I don't think it was necessary to even bring him up because it was only like 3 minutes of the conversation. But
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you speaking to your people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
See, look, the way I prefaced it was we talked about Nicholas Craven stuff in a not annoying way. By that I meant, instead of doing like the dog pollen shit, I was like, I feel like we spoke about it thoughtfully and didn't like get super obsessive or weird about it. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah, I mean, I would have definitely felt away, and I would have actually said it was pretty parasocial if Trey had been like at.
Yeah,
we talked about at Nicholas Craven, so like it wasn't like that. I was like, no, he legitimately, you know, he searched his name, he watched whatever portion. I don't know what portion he watched of the video or whatever, but he obviously felt away, and that's fine for you to feel away. But I think it was also intellectually dishonest, and it was wild for him to call us dishonest when apparently he kind of decontextualize the entire conversation, because the conversation wasn't to shit on Nick, it was to shit on the idea that people say things and people will have arguments about them, and people who are the purists are the ones that are oftentimes
I made an argument in defense of the purists. I was like, I'll make a purist argument.
Yeah, and also like I again, like I didn't even think that what he was like, you know, Cole, when you brought it up, I didn't know anything about it like whatsoever. So I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. But also like, yeah, sampling from YouTube. What are you getting? 420, especially if you rip it from YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You getting the YouTube ripper is going to give you 480 quality MP3 sound or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he's right in a very tremendous sense, but you know, the conversation was much more wide and not necessarily about him. And for him to derive what he had to say about that, he's the one being parasocial. He's the one who is too tapped into his community as an individual and locked in on his, like, you know, like, man, like I said, I really like, I think the analogy is really real. You're like a wounded animal. It's like you might be king of the jungle, but you're a wounded lion. Then people have come at you so many times that if anybody comes into your little piss circle where you know, keep your grapes or whatever and your chickens, like you react weird and wild and unusual. Like nobody should do that. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody. I shouldn't see my name, Google it, and then see a headline and be like, "Oh, I'm sick and tired of y'all always doing this shit to me all the time." It's like I didn't look at it, but I'm sick and tired. Like, calm down. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah,
reasonable people. Reasonable.
I just wanted to quickly like assess how our reaction to it. Felt.
I already
I
already told Ro to get the shooters, get the Canadian shooters. We're gonna have it settled by the end of the week, bro. Don't worry.
I'm not like I'm not gonna lie. Like I wasn't vexed about it. Like I need to do something about it. But I was talking to folks. I talked to my man Akil. I talked to one of y'all favorite rappers. Like, you know, I've talked to, like, you know, people who's in a rap community about it, and it was both like, yeah, that's pretty corny. Actually, the three of them was like, yeah, that's pretty weird. But you know, some of them also rock with him, and they was just like the same thing as me. It's like, yeah, he just, you know, came out his face the wrong way. But I'm not saying he's a bad person, but that's a misstep. That's a weird thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And I really do, honestly, with all my heart, I feel like if I see him, it's like, bro, you was really tripping. You actually owe me an apology. You know what I'm saying? And the way that he responds to that, maybe, you know, it could be whatever. But like, I really do feel like you can't. And this is also me projecting. I don't know what it is, but like having a transgender person on your podcast and somebody calling it disgusting with seemingly no type of other kind of ways to describe it. It's like maybe that's me reifying the ideas about transgender, but I felt kind of like, yo, you don't get to do that.
Yeah, there's there's obviously an immediate
you don't get to
undercurrent
do
of
that.
disgusting
misogyny
part was
even
crazy.
saying pussies.
Yeah.
There's obviously an immediate
Yeah.
the misogynistic undercurrent to disgusting pussies as a phrase to
Yeah.
use in general. Which obviously immediately I'm like, the alarms are blaring, the alarms are blaring. I would more likely assume that to be just general manisms of I'm upset. What some words I use?
Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
women,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll say pussies. You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of how I
Yeah.
feel about the
And
general.
I
Like,
don't
way
I don't
that kind of
appreciate him
comes
calling
out.
me pussy either. I guarantee I shot at more people than him. I guarantee I fought more people than unless he was. I mean,
I think my
pussy is-
pussy is pretty clean. So
Like every single one of those fucking adjectives and words that he used to contextualize what we did was offensive to me. Dishonest, bro. I don't have to lie to nobody. Like disgusting. Like what do you mean by that? Pussies, like for real, like you talking shit about us. You talking shit like I'm in the crossfire. You calling me a pussy, but you the one doing that over the internet, like to me, him calling me pussy mean that when he pull up, when I see him, I got to be aggressive about it. You don't get to be tough on the internet to me. That's a faux pas. That's not a part of the social contract if you a real G. And the people you hanging around with, like, yo, like, don't do that. I was just with Al Davino. I was rocking with them. I was hanging out with them for plenty of hours and chilling. You know what I'm saying? Al Davino is a great person. He conducts himself with wonderful aplomb. Greeted everybody, wonderfully kind, friendly to everybody. He ain't have a negative thing to say. Like if you conduct yourself in person by calling people like that out their face, like I feel like I was just like, yo, like you know what I'm saying? It's just like if you was really from the cloth, you would know how to act, and that's not how you act. That's why I think JPEG Mafia is kind of corny. That's why I think Westside Gun be wilding out. That's why I just don't like this because
don't start.
Like I know, like I don't know what Jadakiss does online or what Tupac would have done if he had Twitter, 30 years ago or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He might have came out of his face. But yeah, he probably would have. He would have been like, I will kill you, nigga. He's like, Suge did it. TREDOES did it. Dark Illuminati. Yeah, Keefy D and TREDOES kill me.
We need you.
We need you. I don't know why that was my that's not even a Tupac impression. I was doing the Kendrick we need. I was doing only that but it's just this is really the last thing because I think I've said everything I have to say about Nicholas Craven. I don't dislike man. But that's a weird way to interact. And all three of those things have consequences if you in a different place. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that, man.
Yeah. I
really do think this nigga owes me this. I really do think that this Canadian owes an apology. Not he don't have to be like I'm sorry. He doesn't say
sensitive white boy.
He just gotta say, "Yo, I misread the situation. I came out of my face. Excuse me," and I'm good with that. I'll be like,
really, I'm done after this. The thing that got me, he replied to a random dude in the comments and didn't reply to fucking anything I said. That was
and you had a clear.
You're still looking at the comments. It's crazy. We go.
Yeah, I didn't want.
We don't condone no foul shit on Earth, bro. We don't condone no foul shit on Earth.
No foul shit on Earth. I just wanted to. I just briefly wanted to check in because we had a lot to say. I wanted to just kind of recheck ourselves, see if we said anything that we feel like I don't know. I was just asking. But yeah, I'm glad that we went over it.
I don't care.
I don't care. Do you want to do the foundation?
Even if I was like, yo, you a bitch, I'll kill you. I wouldn't care. That parasocial or not, it's like you don't get to call me a disgusting, dishonest pussy or whatever like this, and then me have to
expect decorum and reply. Yeah, that's real. That's real.
I wouldn't care if we made the topic Nicholas Craven's a bitch. It would have been fine.
Wait. I just realized he deleted his comment.
He deleted the YouTube comment as well. Yeah, that's just one as well. I went to check it while we were talking because I was like, I want to quote it actually. I want to make sure I'm representing it correctly. And then I was like,
screenshot it and sent it, so I'm pretty sure I didn't delete a screenshot. Like it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Should I read it? Should I read it?
No,
We're kidding. Recommendations.
Trey, do you want? You're going last, right? Is that what we do?
You go. I always go last.
Okay.
I'm special.
I've got kind of 2.5 recommendations today. My half recommendation: Neon Genesis Evangelion. The end of Evangelion movie. I saw it in cinemas. I loved it. I definitely like the
Yippee.
movie. There was a time in my life where that movie did a lot for me to kind of the series did a lot for me to kind of just kind of get out of the cycle of self-hate I was in. And I think that movie expands on that in a really brilliant way. And I'm glad that I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? It's an important piece of media to me. And now, yeah, I'm glad I saw it on the big screen. Good movie. Hell yeah, shout out. Now,
let me just talk about Evangelion for a minute. Like, that's the abstract that we try to pull concrete from. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. There's a lot of themes in there, and there's a lot of abstract in there, and a lot of people have pulled concrete from it. And it's because they had to engage with it. It was not like a single episode or a single movie. Like, you follow that entire story expecting something to happen, and it kind of leaves you questioning what is happening the entire time. Like, I see what's happening, but what is the grand narrative? What is the meta narrative? What is the goal of the creator on this? And we don't really get a very satisfying answer. Even after, you know, they had the bad one and then they redid it, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
I would still say it is a confusing like the general way that the story plays out is definitely like, it doesn't like end with a nice like neatly tied bow on it, like that explained everything. I think like it definitely pushes you in the direction of a more concrete understanding of it, but then it still throws you off from that in a lot of ways as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'd recommend the movie, Mega, actually. If you remember at all how the series ended.
I've watched the series. I didn't watch the movie, but yeah, I need because I was talking to you when I was watching it. Like last year, I was like, I'm watching
I remember.
You was like, tell me what you think. And when I got to the end of it, I was like, I think a lot of things, but I don't know what happened. I'm just like, what are the angels? What does it mean? Like, what is like, why is like, you know, like, is it cool for him to like masturbate to that? Like, it's like all these things were happening. I was just like, I just put it in the same section that I do when comic books do weird shit. I'm like, comics are weird. This is weird. This is fun. It's high art. It's beautiful, and I love it. But do you want me to distill it into a synopsis for you? I can't do that. I can't do that.
No. Yeah, not necessary though.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Now my real recommendation, like my biggest one, Playtime. It's a movie I watched recently. It's like a French film. Very like I don't know if it's abstract, but it's a brilliant movie. It doesn't like there's been this one thing I've been talking to Uridon about quite a lot, is like the kind of idea of like how important plot is to a movie, like how important as like a linear sequence of events that you as a audience member are like heavily invested in the characters of and the plights of said characters within, and how much that's really necessary to making something successful. Because she's into a lot of like more like I'd say avant-garde films in like that regard, where they don't really necessarily have those things as a focus or forefront. And I'm therefore being introduced to a lot of really interesting movies. And Playtime is something that I found kind of off the back of those conversations, that like the whole movie, it has definitely like things set up to have be like there's a plot, like there's a sequence of events that you can follow and can see, but the relevance of the people within those is so minimal, and the movie is much more focused, I feel, on sitting you in an environment that you just look around. You just are aware of how it looks, and you see the mechanisms of this place unfold before you, and the way in which that like would impact you emotionally, being in this environment that is like with like kind of like a very voyeuristic quality to it. There's glass everywhere. You can see into every house, every single building. You can see like from one end all the way to the other through the way it's all set up. And I think there's just like such a claustrophobic openness to that movie that really sat with me. It's really sat with me. I think it's definitely one of my favorite movies I've ever seen. I was really super blown away by it. It's fantastic. It's just brilliant in like all ways. Meg, have you seen it?
No, I have not.
I highly recommend it.
I saw it in the Discord, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna look, because there was like 3 recommendations in the film Discord. So I was like, all right, I'll try to get to them. I especially always try to follow everything that Loudtree recommends, because I really like Loudtree's perspective. You know, he's an older cat that's been in Japan a long time, and he also often has, and also he's a, you know, he's a Marxist, he's a leftist, and so like I was like, okay, I have to watch this, and then another one came on, he was like, that's good too, and then you came on, and everybody was like, that's good too, and I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll just add 3 to the goddamn firepower. Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's quite funny as well. Like it has a lot of like visual gags to it. But those kind and it like the things that it decides to be background noise to like what's happening is just it's such an interestingly decided on film. Like in terms of what the focus and the focal points are, what aren't. I feel like super like interestingly chosen. You know, it's brilliant. And you don't like it will be like. There aren't going to be subtitles for the movie. It's in French. There aren't going to be subtitles. You don't need them. You don't need to hear what anyone's saying. It's never important. It's just, it's literally, it's brilliant. It's
fire.
Trey.
That's
it's
amazing.
so good.
That's
Trey,
fire.
you should check it out. Trey, it's brilliant. It's so good.
You send it to me.
I will for sure.
Word.
Yeah, and then my other recommendation.
Wow.
Well, I said I didn't realize we were going to talk about the Neon Genesis Evangelion for as long as you did. But this new album, or semi-new album by Denimis and Sasko, Depletion Halos, fantastic project. Fantastic project. Of course, you guys all know Sasko from the amazing work that they've been.
I've actually been listening to that for like a month and a half, 2 months.
I've been listening to it so much.
Sasko sent it to me like 2 months ago, and yeah.
Word. Yeah, no, it's brilliant as hell.
Sasko don't fuck with me.
Nah. Actually, when I was talking to Sasko was like, "Yeah, I don't fuck with Trey."
I do recall. I wasn't there, but I did transform into a fly that was on the wall, and I was witnessing the conversation in real time.
I hate
that nigga Trey.
He actually posted under the Nicholas Craven post, but you know, after he deleted it.
It's all good now. It's gone to the wind. Yeah. But yeah, it's an amazing project. Denimis. I think it's a they-them situation. I'm not entirely certain. Yeah. So Denimis is doing just an amazing poetry all over this, like incredibly creative as well. Like there's approaches on here that I've heard similar like odes towards, but I think the way like track 9 for instance is like a reading of a request for an interview with in which the word experience is replaced in every single instance with pussy, and I think just the way that kind of portrays and like tells you about the thing that someone who is trying to interview you for your unique experience as a queer woman in the scene is truly after when they're what the person who's asking for your insight on is truly asking for is like
the male gaze.
Exactly. Like there's a clear like trauma fishing and experience fishing within those type of conversations very frequently when talking to marginalized communities, and I think it's such an amazing way of distilling that and just putting it on the very forefront of what the work is saying. I think like there's and like that's that the rest of the things aren't as like conceptual as that, I suppose. Like I feel like it doesn't go like this is a poem about da 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 da. That's the only poem where I feel like it's really doing that. But the way that the project just generally moves you through the sounds and the poetry of it is fantastic. There's like so many lines on this album that I heard and I immediately was like, oh, you know, it's such an evocative project to me. It's fantastic. It's so fantastic. It's probably my album of the year. I'm really enamored with it. Shout out. Yeah, no,
I'm still kind of sitting with like a Lucid and Hate Island, but yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, for sure. Also, guys, I gotta leave at 3, by the way. I just remembered that. I gotta leave by the next hour. By the next hour.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't hold up my time.
Nah, I got you. So my recommendation number 1 is I've been reading a poem book by Sam Pink. It's called 99 Poems to Cure Whatever's Wrong with You or Create the Problems You Need. And it's just 99 quick. They're almost like big. They're almost like big fucking haikus. And some of them are just so good. Like even if I just scroll through, like here, momentarily viewed the sun as if it was a knowing viewer in the background of a hidden camera prank show. I abruptly stopped walking and almost fell, trying to avoid a small area of light on the ground because for a second I thought it was a glowing pit. I mean, you never know when they're going to get you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many. Oh, hold on. Let me. Here goes. I'll read 2 more. This one is called Masters. I respect trees for picking a place to live and doing as much as they can there and dying there and never really making mistakes. Hard. And then my
Yeah, that
last
one is
yeah,
brilliant. God damn. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to check this guy out.
Here's my last one. It's called The Woodchuck.
Mhm.
The woodchuck in my backyard doesn't trust me. And he's right. Because the first chance I get, I'm going to put this tiny witch hat on him. Stupid piece of shit.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
I mean, like,
that's brilliant.
You know, it's just 99 of them. You know, you scroll, it's like one a page, and yeah, I really appreciate it. And I like Sam Pink. He does like novels, and he also does poetry books, and yeah, like No Hello Diet and fucking Witches. Yeah, he's got a few that I've read, and I don't always remember him, but I like Sam Pink. He's kind of a hated poet in the poetry scene because he is, as you can see, his poems are very much like tweets. You know what I'm saying? But I find them to be brilliant. I find them to be insightful, and I find them to be fun. And my second recommendation, I don't want to talk about all the Japanese films and the TV shows I've watched recently, because I watched Spider-Man. I watched a bunch of shit. I watched Supergirl with my daughter and a bunch of, Japanese movies. But I did a conversation with Tetsuo, Stackage Master Tetsuo recently. And the whole conversation, we just got together. We wanted to talk about lyrics. So we have about an hour conversation where we just talk about lyrics. We also talk about the abstract, the experimental, kind of it. The conversation we had tonight is almost like an addendum to that, because I feel like we kind of touch more things in the conversation with Tetsuo, but either one of them could be an addendum. So if you were really kind of enjoying talking about lyrics the way we did today, check out the conversation I had with producer, rapper, artist Tetsuo. It's fun. I put it in the Discord. Oftentimes I do that, so join the Discord. The videos come out before they come out on YouTube, and so yeah, Tetsuo lyrics soon.
Forever. Yay. Yippee. Trade.
All right. I have two recommendations, and it could be three, but I'll postpone one for next week. I need to spend more time with Open Mike Eagle's recent album, Weekend Eagle. But my first recommendation is still Open Mike Eagle, but it's his last album, because leading up to this recent album, I wanted to revisit the last one. Like, I was like, oh yeah, it was really good. But revisiting it, leading up to this album, it like resonated like a lot. Like this shit's like, it might be my favorite Open Mike Eagle at this point. But in particular, like the first track blows me away, bro. Because like the woke up knowing everything, the way he does the first verse, it fascinates me so much. Because because the whole song is like, I'm ignorant, and then I woke up knowing everything, and it's like kind of like, kind of being like kind of confused in life, like you don't really know where the levers of power lay, you're just trying to get by, and the first verse, like the imagery that he makes, where he's like, he's just trying to get through his day, he's at the barbershop, he's just trying to get a cut, and then like, there's barbershop banter like always, and he's trying to butt in, but like, he's talking about how the barber's voice is kind of like overriding his, and like, the barbers in there, like they're going over conspiracies, like there's chemtrails, and then there's like there's the secret elite society with the presidents and shit,
and the reason why all of that is happening is because of my star sign. And he's
like, that's happening because of my star sign, and then he's like, and then like he just starts showing me like shit on social media, he's showing me like celebrities and they're throwing up hand signs, and then like at the end of the verse he's kind of like buying into, he's like, I mean, they gotta know something, right? They gotta know something, and then I love the way he just organizes that verse. It's so beautiful.
Open My Ego is so good. It makes me like, I'm like, like when you get like cuteness aggression. I've got like, I'm just like, I'm here like, what the fuck? This guy's crazy. Like, it's nuts. The way I feel about like that verse, every time I think about it, my brain just starts hurting. I'm like, how I have so many thoughts on it immediately. It's crazy. Like that song.
The setting of it just resonates so much too. Cause like nigga,
he
if you're
set
black,
up
you've been in like the
beautifully.
barbershop, bro. You've been in the barbershop and heard niggas talking shit. But then
And you're
he's
not
like,
gonna argue with a
shit.
nigga who's fucking
Yeah.
right there with a razor. What are you talking about? Someone saying some madness, and then right there, you got a razor on your neck, and you're gonna be like, I think you're talking bullshit right now. You're not gonna say that.
I love.
Nah,
but
you're supposed to agree.
love,
You're supposed to agree with your barber and disagree with the one across. You know
I
what I'm
love,
saying?
I love how he like. I love how over the course of the verse he gets one over, and by the end of the verse he's like looking at like all the celebrities throwing hands down. He's like, man, they gotta know something. They gotta know something, right? And then yeah, just amazing. The song with Still Rift, that beat is so good. Oh my god, bro! When the sample goes like that, bro, it's so good. Just amazing. Fucking Michigan J1, Michigan. I gotta read. I'll post this on Twitter, but I gotta read it too. Yeah. Michigan J Wonder, bro. Hold up. I gotta read this shit.
That's the first verse. Only popular niggas on. Yeah, it's the UPN frog. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my calm down.
Nigga said I was shattered in the early 90s. Clean wings in a dirty mind. It's South Africa in 39. It's people fighting in the foreign wars. So what's the smallest people can divide? Where's my heart? Where's my ankle go? It's some missing pieces of the spine. I left a little piece of you and I bought some pieces of a human heart. 3/5 of mine had been euthanized. I was my own Dr. Frankenstein. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? Crazy.
I was my own Dr. Frank. It makes no sense, bro. It's fucked up. It's so fucked up that you can do that. And the Clark Kent joint on there as well.
Oh, yes,
bro. That's one of the. That's like the thing I was saying with Hester's joint, where like over the course of the song, you're like, oh, that's what he's doing. You know,
yeah.
Like you're listening to it, and it's like the first verse is like, oh, this is classic Open Mic Eagle doing the little like, oh, what if I did a song from the perspective of a guy? It's like, ha ha ha. And then the next verse comes in, it's like, oh shit. This is about how like the jealousy people feel from like not jealousy necessarily, but like the way you're perceived by someone who is like so utterly annoyed by your approach to life. You know what I'm saying? These niggas is looking at Open Mic Eagle being like, oh, okay, well, you have a dream, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have something you believe in. You have something you believe that is worth chasing, and like, fuck you, man. What's your damn problem? You know what I mean? And it's that kind of thing. Like, you see like, I think that's like, I mean, I don't know. For me personally, that's something that I experience at work. Whenever I talk about my music shit with like a specific coworker, whenever that comes up, he's like, oh yeah, Mr. Music Man, huh? And it's like, nigga, maybe I just have like a passion. The fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to this Open Mic Eagle one.
Mr. Music Man.
It's like, man, leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone.
Shut the fuck up forever.
Shut the fuck up. Exactly. You know, and I really feel that, bro. Man. Obviously, there's more to that song than
watch
that.
Some fucking like, World Cup soccer, you bitch ass nigga. Come on, man. Cornball.
I love like the way he like, because he's talking about like there's people fighting in the foreign wars, so the smallest people can divide, and like he talked about like almost like missing like, you know, some of his like humanity almost, but the way he said like he's like there's some missing pieces of the spine, like he feels spineless at the way like he's just watching this shit, and then like he's like, I'm missing my heart, and then he says he like tries to buy some pieces, like trying to buy his humanity back, but he's like 3/5 of mine have been euthanized, like my humanity, like fucking, you know, just being a black person in America, like shit, I don't know how much empathy I can expend. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's brilliant. Yeah, no, he's just
love
the best.
Open Mic Eagle.
What's your second?
Second recommendation. It's not no Celine. Residential Strangers with Sharp, fully produced by Sharp. It should have been in the works forever, bro. I do happen to have a feature on it, but I would recommend it in spite of that because this nigga's not no Celine. I feel like no lie, he might be the best rapper right now. I'm not just like on a pure rapping ability level. He deadass might be the best rapper right now. I mean, I can't say I don't know Sketch like that. Like me and Sketch have spoke, so I probably give it a Stoney. I'm not gonna lie, but Residential Strangers, like the concept is just the idea of her. Nigga, Def C, bro. Me and Def C, we're cordial, bro. I'm talking about niggas. I chop it up.
Okay. Sure. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
but nigga, I'll put him against Def C. Who give a fuck? Who give a fuck?
Sure,
Try
sure.
me.
I don't know. I haven't heard the album yet. Yeah, but I've heard what is it? A River Dies of Thirst? Is that the one?
Yeah, River Dies of Thirst was before this. A River Dies. The way I see A River Dies of Thirst is like Snotty. That's like Snotty being him in his purest form. Like all the chaos, all that shit. This is like him, kind of like I don't know. He's like more focused here, but it's also like more explicit and like its political ethos almost. And just like the idea of a resident stranger. I forgot the actual excerpt, but like the basis is like I think in reference to like the Palestinians could either I'm trying to remember the exact excerpt, but the Palestinians can either leave or stay in their homeland, but they effectively be a residential stranger because you know it's colonized, and they're made not to feel welcome in their own home, and thinking of just pulling that context to like even from then, but even to like America itself, how just living America as a marginalized person at all, like you don't feel welcome here very often. Like it doesn't feel like this is as much of a place you can live as everyone else. So I love the concept in that sense. The Nova Express. Nigga, Nova, the quote I said earlier, that's from Nova Express. Nova Express is a phenomenal song. I feel the moment he posted that snippet, I was like, nigga, I need this fucking song. I need this song in my life. The fucking Hester song is also amazing. Like I said, I'm on track 2. I like to think I killed it. Dose 1 said I killed it, so
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Mega, maybe
That means you
No,
did.
that's still.
yeah, Mega will be proud of me now.
Nah,
Like,
I think you're
maybe
dope.
the straight
me
guy
and my
can
man
rap.
Akil, me and Akil was listening to your album at the park just like last weekend. We was
but what
bumping
was
it,
I gonna
smoking a
say?
little bit of sustenance. Yeah, it was good.
I forgot what I was gonna say, but nigga, buy it. Sharp's production is also incredible. I don't know how to describe it because it's not really minimal, but like the way he plays with sounds, it's like the sound. It's not like natural sound in a way. It's not like natural sound. It's like I don't know. It's like really idiosyncratic in a way, but it's also rhythmic in the same way. But yeah, just great music. You know, just damning good shit. You know, I'm also listening to the new Open Mike Eagle, but I'm gonna save that so I can bring it next week and have more to say because I gotta spend more. I gotta spend more time with it.
Yeah,
but it's
that's how
also
I'm feeling
amazing.
with. That's how I'm feeling with it.
Let's
Yeah,
make it
I
a
mean,
topic. Let's make it a topic. Let's talk
No,
about the
I'm
Open
down.
Mike
If
Eagle
you
next
want,
week.
I'm down. Okay, cool. Yeah, we did the podcast, guys. We did the podcast. Oh my god.
the podcast.
Does anyone have
You're
anything else to
podcasting?
say? Does anyone? Maybe Trey. It's possible. Does anyone have anything else to say? Or
No,
is it possible?
no.
Is it possible?
Is it possible?
Guys, we've been the minutes. We us,
You've been
me,
the minutes.
me, you, and you. We've been the minutes, and your time is up.
Is up.
Your time is up, buddy. Hey, welcome. Your time is up. Oh man, I love doing this. Oh my god, bro. 1 year of this shit, bro. What are you talking about? That's crazy. That's insane as hell.
That's crazy how fast a year flew by. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
and also like it was kind of just like, I mean, I was drunk when I suggested it. I was just bullshitting. It's like, yeah, it's happening. We just been doing it. Yeah,
it's so brilliant.
Because really, it came off the back of like a crash out. I was like, I hate this nigga Trey. Oh my god, 32 minutes.
No, it was
gonna be a 10 out of 10.
Debate bro me, bro.
Yo,
you
you
literally
literally
bro me making a
Out of
podcast.
10.